Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to another interesting live stream with your one and only Nigerian Prince. And I have a random person with me, Lola, or Lola, like I like to call her. How are you, Lola?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see everyone in the chat. I'm so nervous.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
this was the chat that made us click that live button. All right, let's go
Yeah,
live.
Peter.
Yeah. We're already in the back room for like 15 minutes already, but we are talking and forgetting. We almost forgot that we're supposed to go live by 5. So thank you for the reminder, Peter. That is very, very needed reminder. How are you and how is your day going? How is Italy?
Me or the chat?
Mhm. No, they all live in Italy. Hi guys, how is
Hi, everyone.
how
Hi,
is how is
Shayna, Shayna, my moderators. I love you, girls. And I'm good. Hey, Stan. Hey, Peter. Hey, Joe. Hey, Jay. Everyone's here. That's so nice.
yeah, everybody they are here to see you. Apparently, this is not my live stream. I know you people don't know, but this is not my live stream. This is someone else's live stream. And
This is my
we
live
have so
stream
many,
today. I'm white colonizing your white
yeah, yeah, yeah.
your stream
That's
today.
what is happening. That is what is happening today.
As
That is
as
what
a Jew. Nastya.
they're asking who is Lola. Lola is my Nigerian sister. She's from
Lola.
Lagos. Lola.
As you can see, I am very Nigerian too. Although Frank says that my Nigerian accent is way too aggressive and no Nigerian person speaks like that, so
If you become a
I cannot be
Nigerian person,
pretty
then
like
you
Peter.
become if you become a Nigerian person, then you are the Nigerian person with that accent. You get so if you become a
That
Nigerian person like that, with that
that
accent.
accent.
All right, guys, please hit that like button, smash, destroy it. Commit October 7 on the like button, and
The comments are
subscribe.
killing me.
What are they saying in the comments? Can you imagine? Look
Stan
at the
said,
hate
I can
comments.
see the resemblance Nigerian perspective. Beauty and the Frank.
Yeah,
Shayna.
beauty,
I love you.
beauty, and the Frank. I am deeply offended. Yeah, what was
I'm,
I saying?
I'm,
Please
I'm
hit that like button.
posting.
You said,
I'm posting the link to the live stream on
"Oh, oh,
Instagram.
oh, oh, please do." Today we are going to be discussing about so many interesting things. We are going to be reacting to interesting videos. Some of them I don't know if you've seen, and I was supposed to send you the link to the videos, but I was like, nah, you know what? Let's make this spontaneous.
Let's
Let it be
surprise her.
let's see
Put
this.
her
Let's
on the
get your
spot.
exactly. Let's see your immediate reaction to this. Let's see how you react immediately to this. That was the plan, and hopefully you'll be surprised by what we'll be reacting to. I think some of them you've seen, some maybe not. Some I've even talked about on my channel. Like I've made like videos, shorts about. We'll go through like the long, you know, conversation that was had in the video and stuff, and learn something. We are getting things from people who graduated from the University of Gaza, from the University of TikTok. So these are like great places where you get insightful stuff from?
I was actually, I have to say about that, my friend, her name is
Mm-hmm.
Tracy, she's from the US. She has a love-hate relationship with Motaz Aziz Azaiza. What's her name? Azaiza, right? I think it's Motaz Azaiza. He's like
Mm-hmm.
the Gazan reporter.
Mm.
So she's been commenting on his every single story since the war started, basically, just like
Yeah, yeah.
pushing him until he blocked her. And today she continues sending him messages. And today he unblocked her, replied to her message, and then blocked her again. And she continues replying. And he's like arguing with her for some reason. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let me write some shit down for you here. Like, send. And he uploaded a story of an IDF soldier saying,
Mm,
"This is he stood there with the Golani flag in front of the University of Gaza, and he said,
mm.
This is my university, pig." And I'm like, just proving that Hamas is in the university because Mutaz is Hamas. I'm just saying, people. He gives you the evidence himself. We don't need to go too far.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. All
Sorry.
right. So before we get into some of the things we'll be discussing, I want to give you guys like what to look forward to with regards to this channel. On Monday, I'll be having a very interesting guest. I was like, make sure this guest is treated well. So I'm going to buy like a lot of Indian stuff for the guest. Make sure that he feels at home, feels very comfortable. I know it's like, don't disappoint us. And I'm like, I would not. Right. So on Monday's live stream, we'll be streaming 12 o'clock my time, but in India, it will be 4:30 p.m. And the guest is Raj Aditya. Don't worry, if I did not pronounce it well, we'll work on it during the weekend. The perfect, accurate pronunciation of his name is something I will work on during the weekend. Okay? Write the name on the chat. I know so I can highlight it for people to know who I'm talking about in case they don't. Oh, yeah. You see? Right away. This lady knows how to come through immediately. So that's the name I'm trying to pronounce that I'm very sure I'm destroying. So we'll be discussing, what's happening in I think there is an upcoming election, the first of its kind in Kashmir, and we'll be talking about it. We'll also be talking about the Muslim-Hindu relationship in South Asia, and also not just Muslim-Hindu, but also Muslim and other minorities in South Asia, and how the tense relationship that exists between Muslims and all other groups in that region. And on Friday, I'll be having Momos again. So I know that you should also watch out for Friday's stream. Another favorite of yours is going to be my guest, Momos. Every time I have a guest from South Asia, I know that it's like, yeah, this is my stream. So Momos is another guest of mine that lives in the UK, but is a Pakistani. So we'll be discussing what we'll be talking about. That's the effect of Christianity in Western society and stuff like that. So we are not going to be reacting to anything. We'll be philosophizing. That's what the live stream will be about. And I think it's for the most part it will be him, stirring the conversation. So I will just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, then on Monday, the upper week, you can see that I'm booked. Okay, guys, I'm booked. Okay, most wanted. People want to talk to me. On Monday, I am going to have a guest from South Africa and Zimbabwe, and we are going to be talking about interesting things happening in Africa. Let me just give you guys some sneak peek, an idea of what is going on right now, not politically but socially, and from socially can become political. I think it's bound to get political at the end of the day. So there's this issue between Nigeria and South Africa. Okay, anybody that knows Nigeria knows that we like to, pick fights with other countries, other African countries. We like doing it. Or sometimes it's not our fault. They're asking for trouble. They cannot respect the giant of Africa, so we give it to them. Okay, this is the land of basbos. You hit me, I hit you. We've always had the arguments online with Ghanaians about to have the better jollof rice. That has made us clown Ghana for a very long time. Anytime a Ghanaian person is talking, we just say, you people that don't know how to cook jollof rice, or we clown them for for their love of egg. We do stuff like that. But the one with South Africa is that there was a beauty pageant, Miss South Africa, and one of the contestants happened to be a Nigerian. And something happened, something, and South Africans were not okay with it. And she dropped out of the competition, and now she's competing in Nigeria for Miss Nigeria. And there's a likelihood that she will be the winner of the Miss Nigeria pageantry. But that was not where I stopped. Recently, or this week, early this week, I don't know why. If that early controversy was already dying down, like Nigerians were already forgetting about it, ready to move on. But then somebody from South Africa started a campaign of booking Uber rides and boat rides in Nigeria, because you can do it from, even though you're in South Africa, you can book a ride in Nigeria, give them a location or whatever. And then they will do that, and they will go for pay on delivery. And once the person who the driver, the book, comes to the location that they give to the person, they cancel the ride. And it was wasting the time and energy of these drivers. They were doing it en masse, like it was a campaign. And when they do it, they will post it on social, like post it on Twitter, making fun of Nigerian drivers. And I'm like, that's dumb. I mean, the total population of South Africa is like how many people? 15 million or 20 million. And the population of Nigeria is over 200 million. You really want to start this, Anyway, Nigerians decided to respond, and we were booking every kind of booking. We book hotel, we book flights, we book any kind of book and cancel. That is what Nigerians were doing throughout this week. They said we can go boat for boat, we can go Uber for Uber, we can go. And Nigerians were doing it en masse. It became a problem, so much so that international booking was cancelled on boat for Nigeria. Like you can no longer make international booking. It was really that bad. And then Nigerians started going after South African celebrities. It's really crazy. It's really, really crazy. And I want to bring a South African on Monday, Upper Week Monday, for us to talk about the internal tribalism that is in Africa. And I think the goal of that live stream is just to help people understand just how divided this continent is, and how everything that we accuse white people of doing, we do it like times 10. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be talking about. And I hope you guys are excited, as I am excited. Even though I know everybody here
I will be a simple commoner in the chat in those streams.
If you want to be included in the conversation, you talk about, then they'll say, remember the Jews in South Africa had to take over our land.
Exactly.
They'll remind you of the Jews who have taken over. Anyways, so we'll be reacting to videos. What is there any thoughts you want to share with the people before we start reacting to these videos?
Thoughts about what?
Yeah,
I think about so many things.
Anything. Maybe there's something bothering you. You're like, this is my opportunity. Let me air it out.
Where do I start?
What's your name?
Everything bothers me these days. So
really,
kind of an issue. Every day that you open social media, television, live streams, YouTube, whatever it is that you open, and you get basically hated on for being alive. It's a good day to be alive. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. And now I fully recognize that this is no longer my stream. So let me give the people what they want. All right. This is the this is the first video we are going to react to. And what? Give me a second, guys. I'm having my amateur moment. Sorry, I need to do that again. All right. So you can see from the face of this person that he's about to tell you something that will change your life. Right?
Of course.
You can see from the way he's
the face, the whole face, the whole slit for the eyes face.
Your life is about to change. So, what do you think this person is about to say? Make a guess. Make a huge guess. What do you think this person is about to say right now?
I love Israel. Go, Bibi Netanyahu. Sarah, I can't wait to meet you. Random guess. I'm gonna.
I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Your mind is in the yes, yes. Your guess is as good as mine.
What's your name? If you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
I'm gonna keep my name. Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
I'm surprised that he doesn't want to say his name. I don't know if people can hear it. Can you hear it? I hope there's.
Look at my shocked face. All the shock.
Let's play it
He
again.
doesn't
Sorry,
want
I
to
was.
show his face. You think he's going to give you his name? And by the way, it's probably stupid because his name is like something like Muhammad, and it's like the most common name in the world. It's not like someone's going to recognize you by your name. So
Oh, you're making a huge guess that he's probably a Muslim. Do you know there's a likelihood that he's not? You know, many white people in
There
the West
is.
these days are
There is.
cosplaying as He's there are many that are cosplaying
There is.
as
Muhammad. Yes, they're cosplaying
yeah,
as
Muhammad. Exactly. He might be a strong Christian, a strong Catholic, or a strong Protestant. You never can tell. You know. I'm very sure in his scripture there's somewhere it is written, "Blessed are those who support Hamas, but there is the kingdom of heaven." I'm very sure you can find it somewhere in his scripture. So don't conclude that he's a Mohammed.
What's your name? If you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
I'm gonna keep my name.
Okay,
got it. Okay, cool. What's your headband? This is the headband for the military wing responsible for the resistance operations in Gaza.
Yeah, it's a resistance operation. I think that's the best way to describe it. What do you think? Resistance occupation, resistance operation. Yeah, I think that's a very good way of describing it.
The failing resistance operation. They should change their name because they haven't succeeded so far. They've had 20 years. I'm just saying. It's like,
time is running out, right?
I mean, it is because have you seen Gaza lately?
One thing I'm very sure of is that Gaza is no longer an open air prison. Like when I saw Gaza recently, I was like, yeah, this is no longer an open air prison. The open air prison is no more. Yes, and it's better than a rubble is better than a prison. That's facts. Okay, nobody can debate that.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Do you support Hamas? I do. Why do you support Hamas? So I would support any and all resistance operations that fight for the freedom of our country, for the freedom of Palestine. Does that include October 7th? Yeah.
So he's a Palestinian, I guess, because he said he supports every resistance operation.
Yeah.
Our country, and I'm like, you're in the United States, so isn't this supposed to be concerning? I don't know. Maybe this is me thinking like because I've been corrupted with the Jewish men.
Are you saying that the open borders policy of the United States might have gotten them infiltrated by some terrorists? How dare you?
That's not what I'm suggesting. That's a Jewish way of thinking. But I am tempted. I'm tempted to think like that. I mean, think about it, right? Why would somebody who calls himself, who identifies as a Palestinian, maybe it's self-identification, you know, just like how men can identify as women. Maybe it's kind of like a self-identification, because something is telling me this is not Mohammed. Something is telling me this is a Smith or a Chris or
Joe
something.
Schmo.
Yes. Very thank you. See, Chromia is agreeing with me. This sounds very American. This is a very American person who now identifies as a Palestinian.
There are a lot of Palestinians in America that identify as Palestinians, even though they're there for like 4 or 5 generations by now. So he could still have an American accent.
Yeah.
But I guess between
the
beautiful face that he's showing and the no name that he has given, just say it.
Yeah, true. But once a Palestinian, always a Palestinian. You can, once you go Palestinian, you can never go back. Okay? So there is.
I'll try to not go Palestinian. I'll do my best.
Yeah, don't go Palestinian, because once you go Palestinian, you can never go back.
So I would support any and all resistance operations that fight for the freedom of our country, for the freedom of Palestine. Does that include October 7th? Yes. You support October 7th? Yes. Why? Because it didn't start on October 7th. It started in 1948. I think all his answers thus far, like,
in agreement with what you predicted earlier. Like, there's nothing here
You
said
know what?
that.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It started in 1948, and I'm still wondering, Buonasera Lee, Bentley. I'm still wondering, between 48 and 67, when the West Bank was in the West Bank of Jordan, because it's in the east of Israel, and Gaza was in the hands of Egypt, why did they not become a country? Like, why there wasn't a resistance movements operation to release them from whatever, I don't know. Because it did start
Yeah,
in 48, and they had like a good amount of years from 48 to 67 to build something, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it did start in 48, but they're just fighting their own people right now. I agree.
Also, the fact that he supports October 7 is kind of is kind of what is expected, you know. And then when they ask, of course, when he's asked, what don't you think it was a horrible attack? It shouldn't have happened. Civilians were attacked and stuff. You're going to hear him say, "Oh, is it really true? Was it really true? I thought it was a military base. The IDF were killing their own people. You know, the usual lie." You're going to hear all of that. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to be blown away. Yeah.
Wow. I'm
1948.
so surprised and shocked. What?
But do you support the actions on October 7th?
What actions are you talking about specifically?
Like specifically the sieging of kibbutz and the murder of innocent civilians in their homes?
It was established and proven that the murder of innocent civilians was actually committed by the Israeli military.
There you have it, guys. It has been proven. Like, it's a well-established fact of history right now.
Well,
that
exactly.
That the killing of innocent Israeli citizens was done by the IDF, of course, the only terrorist organization in that region. The IDF. They are the only ones who kill innocent civilians.
Yeah, there were no terrorists. There were no terrorists there, and therefore the IDF decided to go where there are no terrorists and kill civilians for shits and giggles. That it is known. It's a known fact. That's how the IDF operates.
That's how they operate. That's how Zionists operate. That's what they do. Exactly. But of course, that's not what happened, guys. In case people are not getting the sarcasm, that's not what happened. What happened was that there are footage. There's actual footage from Hamas, from people who broke, who escaped the prison, which is Gaza, and we are attacking. Went to people's homes, went to the homes of innocent civilians, and we are attacking them and killing them, killing children, killing innocent civilians. And despite the abundance of this evidence, when you are hell-bent on not believing, and just being anti-Jewish and anti-Israel.
Like, literally, exactly. The thing is that they are being self-propagandized, so they need to justify what they're sticking up to. So what is currently happening is that you have Hamas saying, yes, we did this. We will do it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times again. They put out videos. They put out statements. You have videos of interrogated Hamas members. You have GoPro videos from that day. You have testimonies. You have everything. You had live streams on October 7th that you could see it unfolding live. Okay? There is abundance of information out there. Hamas saying, yes, we did this. We take pride in doing this. We are happy we did this. And the people in the West are like, stop it, Ahmed, you and your nonsense. No, you didn't. Like, they're denying this for Hamas. Like, Hamas is like, yes, we killed the Zionists. We're proud of it. And people are... Oh, Ahmed and his nonsense. He's just saying, don't take him too seriously.
Don't take him too seriously. He doesn't mean what he's saying. He doesn't mean it like that. You know how these people talk. They exaggerate a little bit. It's not really what happened.
Stop it, Jamil. You're exaggerating. It's not like you beheaded the babies. You just,
yeah, it didn't happen
a
like
little
that.
bit. He was in your way.
Committed by the Israeli military.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I've seen the body camera footage from Al-Qassam brigaders breaking into homes and murdering people.
They broke into military sites as well as homes, but it doesn't matter because...
But you support the...
Finally, it doesn't matter to you. This is what see. I want to tell. It's the same thing. It's the same kind of problem you have with people. Let's say you are pro-abortion or you're pro trans rights, whatever it is. People are pro these days. There are certain things that you are not accepting or denying it, even if it is true, will not change your position, right? When it comes to October 7, even if it is true that Hamas killed innocent civilians, which it is, by the way, it doesn't change your position. So why waste everybody's time with it? Just go straight to the point and say, look, I support it. I support. Don't waste my time, because if finally you are even accept it that yes, tragic things happen on October 7, horrible, like inhumane, the worst of humanity was evident on October 7. You have no problem with it because you feel it is justified. That is the reason for your slogan. Okay, your favorite famous slogan, that resistance is justified when people are occupied. You think it is justified because Gazans and Palestinians claim to be occupied. That is it. So don't waste anybody's time. Don't waste our time. Like if I'm to have a conversation with people and they start doing this nonsense, let's speak on the how many babies actually died. Was it 40? Was
exactly. That's their
41?
wait.
And was it you don't care, not change your position. Sorry, I was glitching for a bit. This Zionists are attacking my internet. But it's okay now. This does not affect my position. I can see you're already releasing your your killer headlines. You're already showing the world your killer headline. So anyways, the point is just also, if you're having conversation with people who are pro-Hamas and they're trying to derail the conversation by asking stupid questions, just tell them if it is indeed true, or ask them if it is indeed true that Hamas really committed a erroneous, atrocious act on October 7, will it change your position? And if the answer is no, then ask them, why are you wasting our time? Can we move on to why do you support a terror organization that has done or is even capable of doing something so heinous? Why do you think it is okay? Don't waste my time about did it really happen, did it not happen, when in fact, if it did happen or if it did not happen, will not change your position. We should question why you have that position. Go ahead.
No, that's their entire arguments, though. Like, I had this exact argument on my comment section like the other day. I put out a reel about Palestinian terror. So it's a real researched reel, right? Information that I took out of verified news sources, verified encyclopedias, like nothing that I invented, right? I just took information, put it in a more short, accessible way for people. And someone commented on the video saying like, well, you're seeing you're seeing the symptoms, you're not seeing the problem. And I'm like, no, I'm seeing terrorism.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing terrorism.
Let's
if you
not try
think
to justify
that Zionism or whatever it is justification for you to go put a bomb on an airplane that has 170 passengers flying from Pakistan to the Emirates and killing everybody on it, because this will solve your problem with Zionism. This will for sure liberate Palestine. Then there's something wrong with your way of thinking. It's not my issue is not like not seeing the problem, not seeing the symptoms. And you start going this back and forth with these people until at some point you're like, well, Israel lies, and where are the beheaded babies, and where are the raped women? And like, what do you want me to do? Like put out like snuff adult films of people getting raped on October 7th for you to be happy with it? Like I don't understand. Like
of course there's nothing to
they need they're grasping to hold on to these stupid beliefs instead of just saying, why do I keep justifying it? Instead of like, my brain is telling me no good, justify this, no good, listen to brain. No I will stop it, Jamil, you did not murder babies.
That is a better response. I want people to see your new, in case they're not seeing it, I want them to see your new, what is it called? Headline. Off-white colonizer. Anyways, we yesterday before we were doing mic check yesterday, Lola was being creative. I hope you wrote all your headlines down so that you can.
I have better ones. Don't worry, guys.
Oh,
Stay attentive
you
to
don't have
my
to
little.
recycle.
I don't have to. I can, but I mean, they were relevant to the conversation we were having in that moment. I need the things to be relevant to the conversation we're having
Oh,
right
yeah, have
now.
them. All right,
Hey,
all right.
Michal.
So I guess resistance is justified because you're an off-white colonizer. So there is
Off-white
that.
colonizer.
Off-white
Darker
colonizer.
colonizer than Ahed Tamimi, who's Palestinian. So I'm definitely darker than her.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost as dark as you, Frank. I'm almost. It's just a couple more tens and I'm there.
Don't worry. You will get there. You will get there. We are doing
I
a
will.
campaign for you. We are doing a campaign for you to come to tropical West Africa so that you can finally achieve your goal
Yes.
of being black. Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that.
Iranian flag. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it's always a good sign that you're about to hear something intelligent, something brilliant, and something you 100% agree with.
I am Diet
Right?
Lola, so I have to.
What are you responding to? I don't know why you're Diet Lola all of a sudden. She's changing her headline, everybody.
Yeah, my name.
This guy is proud of his ideas. He's proud of himself. He's not covering his face. But I don't know why he's giving me Nick Fuentes vibe. The mustache, the hair.
He does.
He's really giving me
He does.
Nick Fuentes.
He
I'm
does.
looking at him and I'm like, this guy looks like somebody who sits in his mother's basement, spends hours listening to consuming Nick Fuentes, Candice Owens propaganda. But he's right wing. These days I'm beginning to see the resemblance between the far right and the far left. They're looking alike. Like they're looking so much alike. You know.
Could you give me your name?
What is your new? Let me see this so I can be able to read it. Grand Supreme Ayatollah. Yes, exactly. The supreme leader of Iran.
Of the world.
Of the world. Of the new caliphate. That is, mashallah.
And I'm trying to off-white colonize the world.
So
His name is Luke. Sorry, you were saying something. If I make
I
this
know. I
young
said
man.
I'm trying to off-white colonize the world.
True.
You know,
That's
like
what the word means.
could you give me your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Luca DiMaggio.
So I see you're holding a flag of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Why is that?
Yeah, because I'm out here against Israel, and I believe that Iran is the most genuinely anti-Zionist country on earth.
Response.
Can I show a picture as a response? Does that work? You want me to send it to you?
Send it to me.
Wait,
Send it to me. Let
I'm
me
sending
see.
it to you.
Her response is a
It's
picture,
like-
guys. You're sending it via
Yeah,
what
it's
now?
a simple picture. I'm sending it to you on Discord, okay?
Okay, go ahead. I hope it's not something crazy.
Just a little bit.
It's a little bit crazy.
Just
Okay.
a little bit,
But there's
it's
actually
here. This is what he's supporting. That's all I have to say.
he's supporting all the right stuff. I don't think there's any problem with anything he's supporting. He's supporting all the right stuff. Okay, don't hate. Okay, this is he's supporting the right things to support. How do I say this?
Did you get the picture?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I'll have to download that.
You're wondering if you can post it.
No, I think I can. Can I? Now that you mentioned it, can I?
I don't know.
Maybe
but
I shouldn't.
It was posted on
No, I
other
don't think
social
I can.
medias.
Yeah, it's Twitter. Twitter can allow this kind of pictures. Anyways, the picture she's showing is a picture of people who are beheaded in Iran. And
Not
no,
beheaded.
I am not
hung. They're hung.
sorry, hung, not beheaded. What's the difference? They are hung
And it
It's
says,
the same thing.
in Iran alone, over 300 women have been killed or severely punished by the Islamic regime since 2022 for not complying with hijab laws. It was never a choice. So I'm just saying, you're there.
But have you considered the fact that they are the only genuine anti-Israel country in the world? Have you considered that?
Of course,
Yeah.
the only
If you
one.
consider that,
It's not there like other 21 Arab states that are in the same state of mind. Thank you, Alexis.
It's not like there's Turkey, you know, with Erdogan, who has been as anti-Israel as he can possibly be, you know, even threatening Israel with an attack. Remember that, you know. But of course, Iran. No, but he's right. Iran has really gone to great lengths to show just how much they hate Israel. I mean, they are the sponsors of the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, all the three H factors in the Middle East. They are responsible for those. I mean, that's a lot of. I mean, they are putting their money where their mouth is, unlike other people. So credit where credit is due, I guess. You know.
Against Israel, and I believe that Iran is the most genuinely anti-Zionist country on earth.
Iran, how much?
But there's something he said earlier that I really want to hear. I want to hear because I think it's important to his response. And something I want to highlight. Just the absurdity of everything.
He has a very Italian name, and though I'm not surprised, I have to say.
You're not surprised that somebody who is Italian is an anti-Semite.
Yeah, no, you know, they still have some Mussolini in them.
This guy has a lot of Nick Fuentes in him. I don't see Mussolini. I see I see Nick Fuentes Hitler.
You know the Three Musketeers? He kind of looks like if D'Artagnan was born the wrong way. That's how he would look. Let's
not criticize people for their looks, okay? You know, we support people of all looks. We are very inclusive over here.
Republic of Iran.
we don't face shame. This guy is a very handsome young man. I believe.
No, it's not that I'm not. It's not shaming. I'm just saying. You know the Three Musketeers.
Yeah. I think I know the Three Musketeers. Okay. I do. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of reminds me of like an offset D'Artagnan, like AliExpress, eBay D'Artagnan. Knockoff D'Artagnan.
Yeah, because,
all right.
I'm out here against Israel, and I believe that Iran is the most genuinely anti-Zionist country on earth.
Okay.
So, Iran, how much do you know about Iran?
How much do I know about Iran? I know about Iran insofar as I know in the 1970s they had a revolution, a very diverse political revolution, but the Islamic...
Yeah, it's a very diverse political revolution, okay, that led to the introduction of just a single religious authority in Iran. It was diverse, but only one religion survived. That's how diverse it is. Very diverse, guys. Very, very diverse.
Republic of Iran was formed by...
You said?
The stupidity is giving me eye ticks.
It's not stupidity, it's brilliance. Can't you see it? It's brilliance. Don't call it what it is not.
Forgive me. No, I'm an uneducated off-white colonizer. I don't know.
Exactly.
Late Ayatollah Khomeini. And currently in Iran, they have a system where they have elections, where they do...
Look at that. Iran has elections. Are you aware? They have elections, and that's why they're a good country. They have elections. Okay? That's democracy. Democracy in the Middle East. Iran is a democracy.
Of course. It's a thriving democracy of put on your hijab or we kill you.
Yeah, when I think of democracies in the Middle East, I'm like, look at Iran. That is the pinnacle of, you know, outstanding democracy. Nothing as democratic as Iran, guys.
Elect a president. It's they have a multi-party system, but they also do have a significant section of the government with regards to, I believe, more civil government that run more by religious clerics in a Shia tradition.
There's also a huge part of the Iranian country that is run by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard.
Yes.
especially the economy, and their crackdown on women,
Yeah.
and also minorities. What do you think about that?
So what do I think about that? So I fly the Iranian flag because of their stance on Israel. I do not necessarily agree with their stance on women, and I'm not educated well enough.
No, young man, let me explain what you're trying to say. I know you're using so many words. You do not care that Iran is a very evil, like the Iranian regime is very evil, nefarious, demonic. As in, words fail me to describe just how evil they are. They are in their crackdown on religious minorities, their crackdown on women, their crackdown on people who oppose the government. You don't care about any of that because for you, the greatest evil on this world, on this planet, the greatest evil is not killing women. The greatest evil is not subjugating women. The greatest evil is not killing religious minorities. The greatest evil is none of those. Okay, what you consider to be the greatest evil for you is the existence of Israel. Okay, Israel existing.
See, I'm the drama.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That is what you consider to be the greatest evil, and as long as that exists out there, you hold hands with anybody. You will shake hands with the devil, even the devil himself. You will align yourself with Satan. As long as Satan is opposed to Israel, you are ready. You'll be like, see, I'm not in support. I'm still like I'm saying Satan is a good guy. It's not like he's a great guy. You know, there are many things. I'm not educated enough to talk about the things that Satan engages in, but you know, Satan is Israel and I'm opposed to Israel. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Essentially, you don't even care that the chant. The chant.
Okay, you're lagging.
In Iran. Yeah. I am. I noticed. They told me I'm lagging. I was sent a notification by StreamYard before I started this stream that, oh, we fixed all the issues. They sent me a notification and I was like, let's see how it goes. Apparently, they've not fixed anything. Yeah,
or maybe I'm the
like
drama again. It's my problem. I caused the issue. I'm Israeli. I take responsibility for the damage.
You take full responsibility for everything. Yes.
Of course.
And here's somebody in the chat saying something very important. Like Idi Amin hated Israel also. And I'm very sure if he's alive today, these people will be pro Idi Amin, despite how evil and people on this planet that I consider very demonic, despite how demonic he was. He's somebody who was even engaging in cannibalism, but it will not matter to this Nick Fuentes. Yeah, it will not matter to him because the greatest evil on the planet is Israel. And again, my question is, if your hatred will drive you to this extent, it says a lot about what you are supporting. If all the people who you can find on your side, if all the people who you can find on your side are the most despicable human beings on the planet, if the most horrible governments who do horrible things, terrorist organizations are the only people who you can find on your side, for the most part, then you have to start asking yourself, what is this thing that I am supporting? But these people don't, allow themselves to think, essentially.
They're self-propagandizing. That's an avid symptom of self-propaganda is that people are actively convincing themselves that what they're doing is okay. Like they justify everything, but and they will make excuses. They're like, oh yes, but Israel, and it doesn't matter what you're gonna say to them. You can tell them you do not realize that they hung like 60 people today in Iran only for not complying with like Iranian laws. Well, that's their culture. You need to respect them. I don't know. Last time I checked, I don't need to respect cultures that hangs women for not covering their heads or. See, that's why I'm a democratic hijabi. It's every day I do elections if I should put on a hijab or no, and usually I win, and so I never put it on. That's been a democratic hijabi.
I can imagine that's a very interesting way to live life. Also, maybe I'm a democratic student. I live in a democracy, but my elections are usually rigged, so I don't end up winning. Yeah, I don't end up winning. There's something I wanted to say.
Really, Frank? You have something to say?
Yeah, Yeah, you'll be surprised to find out that I really have something. I wanted to ask you. I think it's a question I wanted to ask you. What do you think make people? What do you think make people self propagandize themselves, like
Self-propagandize.
engage in? Yeah. Yes. Why do you
Um,
think they do it? Why do you think it is that in such? What
so
would bring somebody to that
it
situation?
breaks down
In your
to
opinion.
no, and it's not an opinion, it's psychology. So you have,
Okay.
I spoke about it before, William W. Biddle, 1931. It's an article that he published. It's called The Psychological Definition of Propaganda. And he breaks it into four
Mm,
things. First of all is rely on emotions, never argue. Two,
mm-hmm,
cast the propaganda into a pattern of we versus them. Three, reach
mm,
groups as well as individuals. And four, hide the propagandist. So if you look into every single argument from the pro-Palestinian side, you can literally see that, because they will try to like argue with you. As soon as they don't have an argument, they go emotion. But don't you care about dead babies? But don't you see da 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 da? It's like they will take it to the emotional part because they don't actually have sustainable arguments. And then you have to cast it into the pattern of we versus them. So it's Israel or Zionists or Jews against everyone else. Like they're the problem.
mm,
This is how you get
mm,
people like the BLM movement to collaborate with the KKK because it makes absolute sense, you know.
mm-hmm.
And then
I see the
the
connection.
third
They
part
have a
is
long-standing solidarity.
exactly, and then you and then you have like the rich groups as well as the individuals, and that's what they're doing. They're reaching groups. They're going to groups in the like intersectionality movement, right? Oh, black
Mm,
people, we're the same. You were oppressed, we were oppressed. Oh, indigenous people, we're indigenous, you're indigenous. So, you know, they find the groups and then they go to individuals. Oh, you feel alone and this and that because this and that. You know who's to blame for you being incel? It's the Jews. No, they give you a reason to live. Yeah, you don't need a lot of these things, and then hide the propagandist as much as possible. How much like
mm,
you don't hear about Iran funding all these things coming out of nowhere, except from
mm,
Israeli media, uh, conservative right media, or like pro-Israeli creators. Like it's nothing spoken about that it's Iran that is funding this whole wars, these propagandas, these things. It's Iran that pays for it. You can see it in the universities, in
mm,
the encampments, in the whole thing. And so they're following strictly through these rules. And when you go through that, you go into cognitive dissonance. So cognitive dissonance basically means it's when a person mental state basically disconnects from reality, right? So the actions
mm,
are
mm.
contradictory. That's the word. Contradictory to their conscience.
Well, this is
So,
why
for example, being in America,
you are not white. This is why you are not white.
contradictory.
This is why you are not white colonizer. Because an
Yes,
actual white colonizer will know how to pronounce that word.
exactly. So that's what you get.
Continue.
That's what you get out of it. You get people who live in America that their
Mm,
parents came there as refugees, escaping their whatever countries, and then their kids
mm,
are burning the American flag and saying "Death to America." Like, do
mm.
you really want to go back to the hellhole your parents crawled out of to give you a better life? Do it. Like nobody's holding you back, but they're not gonna do it.
No, they're not going to do that. Obviously, they're not going to do it. And then you have this white Italian young man who's like, "Oh yeah, let me support these people because that's the right thing to do." And
Yes.
you know, let's not focus too much on things that I'm not educated enough about Iran, but I'm educated enough about Israel. You know, because that's the only education that matters, apparently. Yeah.
Of course.
On their treatment of ethnic minorities, or perhaps why they are cracking down on ethnic minorities in this way, to really make an educated comment.
He also has to know why it is happening. Like, oh, they are cracking down on ethnic and not ethnic, religious minorities. They are not cracking down on ethnic minorities, mostly religious minorities, and also on women. Those are people that they are cracking down on, young man. But of course, he's not educated enough, so you know you can't blame him for not being educated enough. And then the question is, why are you not really interested about or with what is going on in Iran? He doesn't even see. This is the funny thing about this guy. He doesn't even see the fact that, because he will tell you at the end of the day, He cares about things like human rights. He cares about innocent people suffering. He cares about why what is happening in Israel bothers him so much is because he cares about innocent people. I care about innocent people. That's what he will tell you. I care about the less, privileged, the marginalized, the unfortunate, right? So if you care
but
so
they're
much
not.
about
That's
the
the
unfortunate,
thing.
yeah, if you care so much about the unfortunate, why don't you care about the unfortunate, less privileged people in Iran? Why the ones in Iran are not significant? It's just the ones in Gaza and in the West
The
Bank.
people are supporting Israel, so he's just supporting the government that oppresses the people. He can't support the people. That's the issue.
Yeah, and this is why people like this are called anti-Semites, because when you go through their reasoning, the only difference you can find, the only thing that really separates everything or makes everything make sense is Jews. You don't like Jews. At the end of the day, that is all. That's why people will always say these people are anti-Semites. These people are anti-Semites. It's not just an insult that people are throwing out there. It's because it is indeed true. Because at the end of the day, the reason why you don't care about what Iran is doing, but you care about what the IDF is doing, is because you believe that the IDF are Jews and Iran is not. That is the only difference. In fact, there are more differences. Like the IDF has a reason. They are not being careless. They are being careful, but that does not matter. Of course, Iran can be careless and ruthless, and you can have Hezbollah like firing rockets into the northern part of Israel. It doesn't matter. That is not killing Druze. That is insignificant. When they did their grand fireworks in the Middle East a few months back,
Shayna, sorry. Shayna wrote, "Who doesn't like Jews?"
Like Jews. I don't like juice. Anyway, so when they did their grand firework display a few months back, they were even targeting places in the West Bank. Nobody cared about any of that. Nobody was like, okay, you want to do a retaliation strike on Israel, and why are you targeting the West Bank? Why are you targeting the mosque, the sacred mosque, the second holiest site in Islam? How that became the case, I don't even know. But so it is that the second holiest, I don't know, is the mosque in the West Bank.
Nobody
in
knows.
Jerusalem.
Not even they know.
But somehow it is, and there you are targeting that, and nobody is like, but you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't do that. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Once you so that's why at the end of the day, the only thing that explains your action is hatred for Jews. So. But he will not accept it. He's doing this because he cares about the less privileged, the children, the babies, which is like 90% of the population in Gaza.
Speaking of the unprivileged, you guys, if you want to feed a hungry child in Nigeria, donate to Frank. He needs it. With just $1 a day, you can feed a hungry Nigerian kid.
I have been.
Let's help the unfortunate.
Are you seeing what is happening in this live? Are you guys seeing what is going on? This is.
Why? I think it's a good way.
I do not approve of this joke, but I approve of the message. Okay, I approve of. I don't approve of the joke, but the message behind it, I approve 100%. Please feed this hungry Nigerian. Feed him. He's hungry. See, as I look lanky. See, Lola is looking wider than I do. Feed me, okay?
He's so skinny, you guys.
If you know any Mossad agent, tell them to send me money. I'm doing God's work over here.
On that. So
I know. Let me see.
Yeah, you were saying?
No, I like the comments made me laugh.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's what Israel is doing because Iran, the Islamic Republic's policies, as you mentioned, are genuinely against that of Israel. That's why you're holding the flag.
I'm holding the Iranian flag because I believe that they're the most Their policies are the most anti-Zionist policies on earth. And because I'm against Zionism, because I think it hurts the American people, and I am an American, and all the people I grew up with and that live around me are American, and I think that the American support of the Israeli government is not within the interest of the American people. I think they're using way too much taxpayer money to fund Israel's personal pet project of creating a Zionist state in the Middle East.
What a rambling fool. Oh God, can you imagine being his mother? What a disappointment.
I don't want to.
You get pregnant, you carry for 9 months, you raise kids, and then that comes out of their mouths.
We don't support that.
I apologize. Like, I feel bad for his parents. That's what I have right now. Like, it is, of course, it's a known fact that Zionism, which he probably can't define, but Zionism, like, somehow, the right for Jewish people to have sovereignty in their homeland, ancestral homeland, that's somehow imperative to America. It somehow destroys the American dream. It's
the reason why American society is the way. Is the reason why American society is the way it is right now. You people have destroyed the American society with your little Zionist pet project. Yeah, your little Zionist pet project is the reason why
there are atrocious choices in. How dare I admit that I'm a Zionist?
Okay, this is very funny. Oh no, Lola admits that she's a Zionist. She is. So you can see why this stream is going the way it is going. Any negative thing you see is her fault. This is how this Zionist project is ruining the world. But here's the funny thing for me. This person is so pro. This person is, what did she say?
She said his father should have used protection. Yeah, that's sometimes, you say to yourself, we're talking $1 a day can feed a Nigerian child. Now I can say that with $6 per person, you can save the world. Another person like this being born. Just buy people some protection. Give it for free. Do not procreate people. You're not doing well in this world. Don't have abortion.
I do not
use protection.
Of this message. These are solely her opinion. They're not mine. Sorry, I'm clicking. Sorry, I was clicking. Well, I didn't even get the joke.
I am a Zionist Hasbara agent, it's who I am.
Anyways, what I find really interesting about what he said is that he's pro-American. He believes that supporting Israel is not in the American interest, but supporting a country or waving the flag of a country that screams death to America is somehow in the American interest. I mean, this is beautiful logic over here. Like, you cannot dispute this. This is undisputed, immaculate logic. This is the kind of logic that makes me stand in awe of the level at which people will go in being stupid. How can you be pro-American by supporting a regime that is anti-American because you do not like Israel? How?
I don't know how to, they justify the things that they do to themselves.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't understand how they.
I'm
trying to.
I'm taking over your channel name, by the way, and I'm changing it a little bit. And now this is my new headline.
That's what I've been accused in the last live stream. Somebody made a comment after the live stream was over in the comment section. It's no longer Nigerian perspective. This is Israeli perspective. The person accused me of according to the person, Candace Owens is standing up for Christians, even Christians in Nigeria, more than I have been able to do. I'm shocked. Like, this is the accusations that people level against me, and I'm like, okay, but Candace Owens is doing more for Nigerian Christians than I am.
When?
Great that I'm not doing so.
When? I haven't heard Candace Owens talking once about Nigerian anything or Christian anything unless it's to bash into Jews. Like,
I can
what
bring
are
the
you
comment for
talking
you.
about?
Let me see if I can pull out that comment. I was shocked that somebody would say that about me. I was really shocked. Like, really? You go through my channel, you go through my live streams, you see all the things that I talk about, and you're going to say I'm not spoken up for Nigerian Christians? I mean, even in my criticism of protesters in the West, what do? I put it back to look at what is happening in Nigeria. Like, I can give you countless videos. Like, I put it back to, oh, you are complaining about this, but have you ever considered what is going on here? Have you ever considered what is going on here? Have you ever considered what is going on here? You say Muslims are awesome, Islam is great, and the liberation is what you stand for. But what about the liberation of Christians in this area? The liberation of this minority group in this area that are being oppressed by Muslims? That is what my entire videos are often about. Like, speaking out for other groups that you are neglecting when you are heavily fixated on what is going on in Israel. That is what my entire video is about, right? And then you're going to say that Candice always is speaking out more for these other groups that have. Jesus Christ. I have even if I speak out more for Armenian Christians than Candice Owens. I speak out more even for this is a group that is often forgotten, right? I speak out more for them than Candice Owens. One of my videos that I did that criticizing the American first policy that many right wingers are in support of, because they're always talking about America first, which so many people did not like. One of the videos I did was talking about the genocide in Armenia and the possibility that I've forgotten the name of the country that they are next to, Azerbaijan, is planning an attack on Christians in Armenia. Yeah, and I was talking about it in my video, and I was like, this country would need the help of the US. And if you're a Christian and a conservative in America, do you think the US should help Armenia? And then I ended the video by asking, are you America first or are you Christian first? And many people in the comments were like, no, we are America first. We are America first. And I'm very sure many of them are Candice's fan, or they used to be before Candice went full retarded. And then you're going to come to my stream and tell me that I don't speak out for Christians. I've always spoken out for Christians. Always. It's your Candice that doesn't. The only Christians that Candice always speak out for are Christians that are already, or so-called Christians that are already dead. She's like the ones in Germany. She's like, after World War II, some German Christians were killed. And that is
wow.
That's
her contribution.
Yes, that is her contribution to supporting.
I'm saying you will tweet out to your Jewish ex-employer, Christ is King. But have you talked about like the massacre of Copts in Egypt? Like, no, in that case, Christ is no longer king. Like, did you, I don't know, talk about the killing and the beheading of the priest in Russia? In that case, Christ is not king. Like, you only claim Christ is king when you're bashing into Jews. That's what you're doing. And it's funny because Christ was a Jew. So what are you saying here? You dumb, not gonna use a bad word. I'm gonna be a good person.
This is a Christian. I thought that this was going to be as Christian as possible, but you've already used like 4 or 5 curse words. And the person who tried to keep things PG.
I'm stopping right now.
For my guests are horrible
I'll be
people.
better.
Zion, when you bring Zionists, this is what you expect.
Wait, dumb is not a bad word. It's just
no. There's you were like you dumb, and what is about to follow that dumb? I don't think it's dummy.
I did not say it, so it doesn't count.
Okay. See, they're saying it for you.
Dumbie. Yeah.
Dumbie.
Dumbie.
Yeah. That's what. She's a dumbie. That's all. That's all we need to say.
I don't believe in. I'd like to make sure that I word this correctly, but there are a significant part of the Iranian people who be watching this who don't like the regime in Iran.
I'm not.
What do you have to say to them?
What would I have to say to the regime in Iran? I think
the people who are opposed to this flag and the regime. I believe that the regime, the flag that you're holding, does not represent the Iranian people. What do you have to say to those?
What would I have to say to those people? Well, I'm not really going to pander to their situation necessarily, but I would say the reason I hold this flag.
Yeah, he's like, what do I say to those people? You really want me to talk to them? Who cares? What do I say to them? Who Who is talking about those women that cannot simply wear a hijab? Do I look like I care? Do I? Iran? You think I care? What do I say to them? Look, I don't care about those people. What I care about is Jews. Who cares about like Iranians that are not part of Shia Islam? Who cares about those people? Those people can die for all I care, please. All I'm concerned about is these Jews and how they are affecting America. Even though Iran wants to bring the destruction of America, but let's focus on the Jews for now.
I'm still waiting for someone to show me one Jewish society or any society, excuse me, that got worse after Jews came into it and not better. And instead, all you can see is any place where their Jewish communities or Jewish societies have been eradicated or driven out or whatever. They all went to poop. And show me the same thing with Muslims. Show me one society that has become better by the Muslim conquest of that area.
You see, this is why I've been trying my best to invite off-white Jewish colonizers to Nigeria so that they can come with their Jewish magic. But thus far they've refused. They've refused. This is why they are not here. They've refused vehemently.
We refuse because we're racist and we don't like black people.
They don't like black people. Exactly. They don't like black people. They hate black people.
That's why I'm on the stream. It's because I absolutely don't like black people.
Yeah. She obviously doesn't like black, even though she identifies as like black. This is something people don't know. Lola identifies off-white. No, she identifies as
Peter.
black.
I am you standing corrected. I serve a living God. You are completely right. He is Jewish. He wasn't Jewish. He is Jewish, and you're completely right for calling me out on it.
Where did he call you out? I can't see the comment.
He said before. It says Lola, not was, is, because I said Jesus was Jewish.
That's true. Somebody is asking me, do Nigerians like white colonizers? I heard Tamimi. No, we don't like. Not that kind.
How dare you call her white? She's not white.
She's all right.
Alhamdulillah, she's blessed. She's just beautiful. It's the blonde eyes and the blonde hair and the blonde eyes. The blonde hair and the blue eyes is just because Allah loves her. That's it.
Yes. She just looks like Muhammad. She just looks like Muhammad. Muhammad is the white.
Even if Muhammad said that Allah's most unfavorite creation is a black man, so what? It's not like they're racist or something.
They're not racist. When you read "Obey Your Leader," even though he's an Ethiopian, with raising heads, you're like, wow,
raising head Ethiopian. Oh, can I put this as? I wouldn't do that. I would put it as.
No, go ahead. Nah. When it comes to they're like, oh, this is close to home. Let me not go that far. No, that Ethiopian headline you are thinking of. I want to see it.
I should
go
ahead. It. Yeah.
Go ahead. Wait. Go ahead. You cannot be like, oh, I can offend West Africans, but when it comes to Ethiopians, I draw the line. Don't draw the line anyway. Go and write that thing that is in your mind.
I don't draw the line. First of all, you know damn well that I have a Ethiopian family.
Yeah, you almost drew the line. You're like, hey, maybe my family members are watching. You're like, I don't want to offend my family. Yeah, you're like, maybe my family members are watching. Let me not offend them. Maybe they are on this stream right now. Let me not make
maybe. I don't know. Yeah. This is more accurate.
Yeah, so where's the raising heads? I don't see the raising head. I don't see it.
It is.
I do not.
It is raising head. Why do you not see it? It's right there. Lola is Mizrahi. Yes, I am. I am Mizrahi. Extremely Mizrahi. It's you can tell it by my beautiful hair that I've been trying to adjust since the beginning of the stream.
This is somebody saying Ethiopians and Palestinians share the same blood.
Of
What do you think?
course,
This is the comments you are
it is
responding to.
known
That you
because it's known because Palestinians are the first humans to ever leave the earth. Like it's known that Adam and Eve were Palestinians, and we are all descended from them. So everybody shares blood with Palestinians. Of
with the
course, I am
Palestinians,
Palestinian.
exactly.
You're Palestinian. We are
Palestine,
all
Palestine is the
dinosaurs
cradle.
were Palestinian. You know that the first dinosaur was the Palestinian Rex, and it was the Zionist meteor that hit the Earth and destroyed them.
Yes.
An ongoing story. It's not. It didn't start in 48. It started with the Palestinian Rex.
I want to show some hadiths about skin color.
Oh my God!
People,
No, I'm not doing a kololo for you guys. It's we are in a
what is it?
distinguished stream. You don't know what's a kololo?
I don't. What is that? Is that a Jewish thing?
When no, it's an Arab thing actually.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What the scream? Is it the scream?
It's not a scream, yeah, but it's like you.
Go ahead, do it if you can. If you can do it, do it. Do it. Go
Oh
ahead.
my
Show
God.
us. Show us. Go ahead. Come on.
I can't believe what you're making me do on live stream.
Do it again. Do it again. For those
Once is more than
if you want, okay, you know what? Since people are not giving
if you
super chat,
want,
this is
you
our
guys can
opportunity.
come with
If
me
you
to
want,
Israeli
yes,
weddings and
yes.
you'll hear me do it a lot. You come with me and
No,
I'll
no,
do
no.
it a lot.
If you give money, if you make a request,
Allahu Akbar. Oh my God.
if you make
I'm
if you make
dying.
a super chat request, if you make a super chat request,
What
she will
did
do it again. If you want to see her do it, this is your opportunity. This is your moment. Make that super chat request, and she will do it again. Okay? She will do it again. Now, this is. I wanted to share this about Muhammad being white. Narrated, and by the way, this is from Sahih Bukhari. So you know it is 100%
It's accurate.
very accurate. I'm not making this up. I did not invent it. Okay, so narrated.
I'm sorry, the comments are killing me.
Which one? This one?
All of Allahu Akbar was one of the la 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 was good.
Anyways, back to what I was
made me laugh.
If we should stop. If we should stop distracting.
Stop distracting me.
Continue
Continue with the most accurate source of information in the world.
This is very important about the great no one. Exactly. Thank you. Narrated Abdulaziz, Anas said, when Allah's messenger invaded Kaiba, we offered the Fajr prayer there early in the morning when it was still dark. The Prophet rode, and Abu whoever rode too. I was riding behind him. The Prophet passed through the lane of Kaiba quickly, and my knee was touching the thigh of the Prophet. He uncovered his thigh, and I saw the whiteness of the of the thigh of the. Is this kind of hadith that make me believe that Muslims during that period were just homosexuals? What do you mean by the Prophet passed through the lane of Kaiba quickly, and my knee was touching the thigh of the Prophet? He uncovered his thigh, and I saw the whiteness of the thigh of the Prophet. What is this? What is this? What is this? Yeah, go ahead.
You know the one with the jeans with like Muhammad was ridden by two big black dudes that they came in the middle of the night and there were jinn and there were two big black guys that rode him and he was afraid and he started playing the Quran. No, it
well,
also
maybe I
was made aware of it like the other day and I couldn't stop laughing. Like I
Yeah, because
am.
black people are actually the genes. They are evil spirits. I think that's what genes are now.
Yes,
Says I'm pronouncing it like
it
the
is.
fabric.
It's listen. God is not racist. He's just
except
saying
except if
things the
his
way
name
they
is
are.
if his name is Allah, then he's pretty racist. Somebody said Muhammad was albino. No, he was white. His shin. He was see, Muhammad is the color of Lola's shirt. That is how white Muhammad was. Okay, very white. His tie was super white. He was as white as snow. The hadiths is full of like there are multiple hadiths talking about just how white Muhammad was. Like they are so obsessed with Muhammad's skin color. And then they call other people like white colonizers and white people and white this and white that. Why their prophet is like white, according to the hadiths, and not like Hassan and weak hadith. No, this is Sahih hadith talking
Mm,
about the whiteness. He was very white, whiter than Lola. Okay, Muhammad is whiter than he was
whiter
whiter than
than
Lola.
me.
Yes,
I'm off
yes,
white. He's white.
yeah.
Muhammad was the first white colonizer.
He was.
Accurate,
He
Steve.
was.
Accurate.
I agree with you 100%. He was the first white. He was the first white to have black slaves. The first white man to have black slaves was Muhammad,
Not
and that is
only did he
100.
have black slaves, for him, one Arab slave was worth two black slaves because, of course, an Arab is worth more than a black person. But it's
But
the
here's the
Jews
thing.
that are racist Zionist entities. Don't talk about
Yes,
Muhammad,
yes,
please.
yes,
It's not.
yes. And for this guy, obviously, he doesn't care about any of that. Racism. What is racism? The way he's looking, giving me Nick Fuentes vibe. I'm very sure he wants a country where there are no black people. So, what is that to him? It's just fine. He might convert to Islam. If not, that his movement requires him to be Catholic first. So,
Not necessarily against any of your personal beliefs or gripes with the state of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran. I am sure that your criticisms are valid, or at least have some validity to them. I hold this flag because the policies of the government in this particular aspect align with the policies that I think American people should strive for.
yes, that is the policy American people should strive for: the destruction of Israel. It's like, yeah, this is something that I think is very important. What do you think? The destruction of Israel, is that the policy that Americans should strive for?
The America, what?
You were busy. See, you were busy reading comments. You did not even hear one thing that I
I
said.
was.
This is what colonizers. This is what off-white colon. This is what we are dealing with right now. I was saying a lot of interesting stuff, and Lola was like, "Huh, look at what Jax is saying. Look at what Leventis is saying. Look at what Peter Henderson is saying. Oh, look at Purple Pulp.
I'm
He just
sorry
said
they
something that
make
I
me
really
laugh. I'm
like.
used to being
He
in
said-
chat.
he
I'm not
said
used to
something.
being on the live. That's my issue right
Okay.
there.
These days I'm beginning to suspect that people who come to my live stream just want to read live chats. They're like, I don't care what this guy is saying. He can say whatever he wants to say. I just want to see the in the
No,
live
we
chat.
just want to
Like,
read comments as we're listening to beautiful Nigerian accents. That's it.
okay. Why it's like background music essentially. What anything I'm saying is like background music. I was asking, what do you think about the statement that the elimination of Israel is good for I say Nigeria, for America? What do you think about that?
I think that America will go broke really, really fast because they're making a lot of money from perpetuating a war in Israel. I think that's what people don't understand. They confuse like America giving money to Israel with being a gift, which is not.
Mm,
It's a loan that is then being paid back, only buying things that America limits you to buy. So
mm,
like you can't do with this money whatever it is that you want. It's allocated to
mm,
certain things. And then you
mm.
you give it back with debit, like with interest.
With
It's not like
interest.
it goes back the same amount. Yeah, it goes back with
Mm,
interest. And then these funds, these monies are already allocated. It's 2%, by the way, of like American money that is
mm,
allocated to these purposes are not going, if it's not used, it's not going to be reallocated to somewhere else. It will still be
mm,
allocated to this. And a lot and a big chunk of American income is dependent on these things. So
mm,
if America doesn't have Israel to perpetuate a war in, Now they're doing this in two fronts. They're doing it with Russia and Ukraine, and they're doing it with Israel. Because if America wanted to help Israel and eliminate Hamas and eliminate everything, they would be with us from day one. We would have finished it. But then, how are they going to make money? Who are they going to pit against each other at this point? So I'm just saying, you want to eliminate Israel, you can try. I mean,
if you eliminate Israel, your return on investment, you invested so much into the country, you cannot just say, oh, you know what? Yeah, all our money, let it be gone. Come on, you need to get your return on investment. But of course, it is terrible for America is giving America and other countries are giving humanitarian aid to Palestine, and that's not something that you're going to recuperate. That's not something that you're going to get back.
Exactly.
Okay, that is free will. That's free will.
The pier that they built, how much did it cost? That stupid pier that collapsed.
That collapsed, yeah.
It cost like it was like a couple of $1 billion.
Yeah,
I think I don't remember. I think
just to deliver aid to. Do
you know how many Nigerian kids they could have fed with that money? For how long?
you know.
You could, instead of being a prince, you could become a king right now if you had this money. That's all I'm saying, Frank.
I could have become the real Nigerian prince if I just redirected that fund to feed Nigeria, to feeding poor Nigerian children, or children in Congo, or children in Sudan. It will have been money well spent, but they spent it on building whatever it is that they were trying to build that didn't even last. Because the US want to be like, oh, we are good people, we care. Anyway, we are done with this. We are done with this guy. Here's another one that is very interesting. You're going to like this one. This one is from a woman. We know women are very smart people.
Exactly.
Okay. And in case you don't know what her sign is saying, is saying feminist for. I love these people. I love these people so much. I'm like, don't go away. Continue. Whatever it is you guys are doing, very much appreciated. Keep going. Feminists for Palestinian liberation. Perfect. This is wonderful stuff. This is amazing. This is when I think Palestine, what comes to mind is feminism. That's, of course, is that not what comes to mind when you think of Palestine?
I think of a feminist nation filled with the strong, powerful, suicide women.
That's true. Okay, in Palestine, women are allowed to be suicide bombers. No other country has given women such power to be so explosive. Okay, only Palestine did that. So exactly.
So we should empower them and give them all faulty wiring, and hopefully they explode before they reach a crowded area. But they will still die a shaheed, and we love that for them.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Do women have rights in Gaza?
They should have rights in Gaza.
That's not what they're asking me. That's not what you ask. They ask you, should women have rights? Do they actually do? Is there actually rights for women in Gaza?
Should.
What should be the case? Nobody's asking you what should Palestine look like. Is what is it actually?
Do women have rights in Gaza?
They should have rights in Gaza. And
do they?
I am saying that they should have rights in Gaza. Okay, so you sound like you in favor of, like you feel like women are.
She's lagging too, but it's not for internet connection.
Her brain Wi-Fi. Hey, brain Wi-Fi is lagging. She reminds me of.
How do I say this? How do I say this without staying politically correct? But I really want to sound like an anti-Semite. Shit.
You sound like you. I.
They should, but do they?
Mumbling,
They should.
mumbling, mumbling like a moron. It's like it sounds like it looks like. Come on, young lady.
Meanwhile,
Come on,
in Gaza, they have laws that say that husbands can rape their wives. But I mean, they should.
yeah, that is very Islamic, by the way. Very, very Islamic. It is in the Quran. Okay, you can, you know, that is what when you live in a society that is ruled by the perfect eternal speech of Almighty Allah. Yes, you as a woman, you are a tilt for your husband. Okay, and he's to go into his tilt however he pleases. Let me see if I can bring out there's this hadith story. Whenever with issues like this come up, I'm like, yeah, this is my opportunity to show my understanding of of the Quran and the hadiths. Let me see if I can find this hadith. There's this hadith that talks about. Let me put this video back up. There's this hadith that talks about where Muhammad went. What the hadith was saying was that Muhammad saw a woman and was sexually aroused by the sight of the woman. And then he ran to his wife, who was like hanging clothes, and had sex with his wife while she was hanging. I think it was hanging clothes or washing the clothes. I can't remember exactly what the wife was doing, but she was doing something. And Muhammad had sex with her while she was doing it. And when Muhammad was done, he told his followers that women are like the shape of the devil or something like that, and they can bring satanic demonic lust into a man, and that whenever a man sees a woman like that, they should run to their wife and have sex with their wife wherever they find her. So I mean, that is the brilliance, the wisdom that you find in the Quran. So yes, raping of a marital rape is 100% halal. In fact, by legal definition, it does not exist. Okay, it is a legal impossibility. A man cannot, legally speaking, in Islam, rape his wife. It's a legal impossibility. So beautiful stuff. So if you're a man and you are into marital rape, I have a religion for you. You can convert now.
Exactly. If you want to be abused, this is your opportunity.
Yes, this is the religion for you. Just keep saying something or talking to people in the comments while I bring out that hadith.
Okay, I just changed my my title again, especially for the lovely lady in the video.
Yeah.
And I just find it hilarious. First of all, she completely lagged, like no internet connection. Like, someone said in the comments, error 404. It's like, you sound Israel. That was her answer. And notice how you ask them questions, but they answer like something completely different. Like he asked you, do women have rights in Gaza? They should. That's not the question you were asked. Like, do you pass exams in America? Do they ever explain to you how to give an answer to a question? Because this is not it.
Yeah. I'm very sure that she's an esteemed graduate of one prestigious Ivy League university in the West. I'm very sure that she graduated from one of those.
Feminists for Palestine is just as ridiculous as gays for Palestine, or Jews for Palestine, or all these lovely.
How do we answer questions?
Now you're lagging, but this is an internet problem, not her problem.
Not.
Not all these groups: feminists for Palestine, gays for Palestine, Jews for Palestine. More ridiculous than the other. Christians for Palestine, like everyone is for them, but they are not for any single one of
anybody.
Like they will kill every single one of
of them. Any of these groups that are like, we are for Palestine, we are in support of Palestine. If they are not in support of you, they are absolutely not in support of you at all. Okay, they will eradicate or subjugate your group in a heartbeat. Give them the opportunity, and that's what they've been commanded to do, and that's what they intend to do. But of course, they should have they should have women's rights in Gaza, and that is
Oh,
what
someone posted
the
the
feminists.
hadith for you in the chat. Lily
Oh,
posted
it
the
did.
hadith for you in the chat.
Oh, where is it? Where is it? I can't find it.
Paradise, and I saw a
Is it
majority of
earlier
its
or is
people
it
were poor.
later?
I looked into hellfire and saw a majority of its people were women. Source Shia Muslim grade. It's between Jax's Levante.
But that's not the hadith I was looking
Lily.
for. The hadith I was looking for was the one where
Okay.
Muhammad went to. Yeah. I know that hadith. The hadith of Muhammad saying that the majority of people in hell, and because of women are deficient, mentally deficient. I know that is the one that has to do with rape that I was looking for, but I can't find it.
Mentally deficient. Oh, can I have this be my next headline? Mentally deficient.
Yeah, go ahead. Knock, knock yourself out.
They should have rights in Gaza.
Do they?
I am saying that they should have rights in Gaza. Okay, so you sound like you are in favor of, like you feel like women have more rights under the Israeli.
Absolutely. Yeah, they do absolutely have more rights.
I think we've got a political disagreement here.
Do you agree that?
No, it's not a. It is not a political disagreement. It is a factual disagreement. It is a factual disagreement. It is a fact. It is a statement of fact. Okay, that women have more rights in Israel than they do in any Muslim country in the Middle East and in North Africa. Okay, it's not even. Let's not even say Palestine. Palestine, yes, they have it worse. They have it worse. But Muslim nation in general. Okay, women's rights. Yeah, Islam is not big on women's rights. Okay, that's not one of the things. That's not one of the. That's not one of the things
But
that the religion is known for.
She was dropping a sick beat over there, you know.
Is it Afghanistan now? Yeah, Afghanistan. Just let's read that. Sorry, this might be like a little segue, but let's check. There's something I want us to look at. It's a news headline that I saw recently from the Associated
I
Press.
listen. I'm bringing me water. 1 second. But I'm listening. I have
all right, go ahead. Okay, that's good. Thank God for that. Yet you're sounding far away. Are you sure those headphones are working? Are you sure they are working? Anyway, so let me just Google it. Taliban latest crack down.
Yes, BT, I'm here. It's me. You're not hallucinating. This girl that looks like Lola is actually Lola.
This is a recent. I'm looking for the one that is recent, very recent. It just happened recently. And it's from the AP.
The one with the marriage law. Yeah. I saw that one. That they dropped like the marriage age.
No, not the marriage age one. One recently that just said that women cannot be visibly seen in public. Like that's the new
law I didn't see that
in Afghanistan now. That women. It's new. It's new. It's new, and I thought I retweeted. I usually, whenever I want to go back to something. Oh yeah, it is. Whenever I want to go back to something, I retweet it so I can see it. Okay. The Taliban published vice law that ban women's voice and bare faces in public. This is recent. Okay, that is when was this? Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's recent. I'm correct. It's recent. Yesterday, August 22, 2024. Whatever these people are loading, they should be done with it so I can continue reading this article. All right, yeah, done. And you can see the Afghanistan's Taliban rulers have issued a ban on women's voices and bare faces in public under new law approved by the supreme leader in efforts to combat vice and promote virtue. The law was issued Wednesday after they were approved by supreme leader, whoever this person is. A government spokesman said the Taliban has set up a ministry for the propagation of virtue and the prevention of vice after seizing power in 2021. The ministry published its vice and virtue law on Wednesday that covers aspects of everyday life like public transportation, music, shaving, and celebrations. They are set out in a 114-page, 35-article document seen by the Associated Press. and are the first formal declaration of vice and virtue law in Afghanistan since the takeover. Inshallah, we will assure you that this Islamic law will be of great help in the promotion of virtue and the elimination of vice, said ministry spokesperson, this guy. Yeah, on Thursday. The law empowers the ministry to be at the front line of regulating personal conduct, administering punishments like warning or arrest if enforcers allege that Afghans have broken the law or broken these laws. Article 13 relates to women. It says it is mandatory for a woman to veil her body at all times in public, and that a face covering is essential to avoid temptation and tempting others. Clothing should not be thin, thick. No, sorry, clothing should not be thin, tight, or short. Sorry, let me read this again. Clothing should not be thin, tight.
Eliminate my entire wardrobe.
Exactly. That is immediately what I thought about when I read this. I was like, clothing should not be thin, tight, or
Lola
short. And
will not have any more clothes.
Yeah, this is why we should send Lola to Afghanistan. That is why we should go there right now. That is where you should be living right now. And I believe that you will have a blast, because this is definitely going to promote virtue and eliminate vice. So your entire existence in where you are staying right now is the promotion of vice. Okay.
I have a question. So if I make like a burqa, like the ones they have, not tight, not thin, not standard regulation, just the eye slit. But it's a huge Israeli flag. Does that fly?
But is a what? I didn't get the exception.
It's a huge Israeli flag.
No, that's haram. That's 100% haram. You're not allowed to do that. How dare you? How freaking dare
I mean, it follows all the regulations. Nothing about the law says that it can't be an Israeli flag.
Oh, it's the promotion of vice. That's the promotion of Israel. And Israel is the biggest vice in the region. Are you not aware of this? You should be aware of this. Oh, they need to state it. They need to state it. Look, guys, they say you should donate to the Associated Press. They need to state it. You need them to state it. Maybe you should go and try it out. Let's see what will happen. I think you should try it out. Let's see what will happen. Maybe you will live to tell the story. Anyway, the article continues. Women are obliged to cover themselves in front of non-Muslim men, non-Muslim males, and females to avoid being corrupted. A woman's voice is deemed intimate. Jesus Christ. And should not be. These people are not normal. A woman's voice is deemed intimate and should not be heard singing, reciting, or reading aloud in public. It is forbidden for women to look at men they are not related to by blood or marriage, and vice versa.
Tell me now, like, why would you want to be, like, why would you want to exist in a world that says you shouldn't be seen, you shouldn't be heard, you shouldn't do anything other than
procreate?
What was the hadith? Yeah, exactly. Like, why do you actually want to? And I know a lot of Muslim women that are telling you, no, that's how I am close to Allah, and his money is my money, and my money is my money. But you are not to be seen or heard or do anything. But you know what? You procreate, and Allah loves you, and his money is your money, and congratulations. This is your aspirations in life.
That is horrible. That is reducing women. By the way, Lola, it is raining. If you can do anything as a Jew to make it stop, please do.
I'm gonna try and concentrate on it a little bit.
Yeah, it's raining. So before it starts affecting my network, which is already bad, by the way. So if you want to make it, it will be a shame. It will be a huge shame if on the live stream where I have you, the weather woman, okay, Miss Storm, the part of the S-Men, It's the
Listen,
Jewish member.
yesterday when we did the voice check, you said the same thing, and I stopped the rain, didn't I? I told you, did it stop? You said
Okay,
yes.
no,
Give
I'm
me a
just saying.
moment. Let me concentrate.
I'm just trying to mount. I'm just trying to mount the pressure.
Every
Okay, I'm
day you
mounting the
want
pressure.
me, make it rain, make it stop. Listen, I'm just one person. There's a lot of Jews in the world. That's another one.
This is the only Jewish storm that I know. This is the only Jewish member of the S-Men that I know. Okay, so please make it stop. Okay, it's drizzling. Don't let it become a storm. Thank you. Anyway, let's
I'm
listen to
sending
this
it
woman. Tell us about.
to someone else in the chat that was asking me rain for rain.
But back to the article. The way women are treated there, they are reduced to just a vice. Like your entire existence is a vice. That is essentially what this law is saying. And for this woman here, it doesn't matter. All of that does not matter because I'm very sure she believes that in Palestine, women will have it way better. And for her, it is really a matter of opinion. You know, you might think it is better in Israel. I think it's better in Palestine. We just differ in opinion. But no, it's facts. It's factually, it is better in Israel. You wanted to say something.
You should put Chrome's comment on the screen. Chrome's.
What did you say?
Yeah.
We should start an argument. Feminists for Sharia law. That would be wonderful.
Top
It will be
notch.
wonderful. It will be very wonderful. I'm like, yes, I support that movement. You know.
We've got a political disagreement here.
Do you agree that Israeli women have more rights than Gazan women?
I don't know that they necessarily do.
Again, like women can leave their houses in Israel without permission of a man.
I'm going to end this conversation now.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Now that you're giving me facts, I'm leaving this conversation, okay? I don't want to hear facts. My feelings are important.
It's not important. That's the allergic facts. Kind of, they have an allergic reaction. She might start vomiting or something. She might die. Like that. The level of information, as accurate information that she's receiving, can kill her literally. So she has to like excuse herself because it is too much. She can't handle it. It is too much facts.
Rule number one, you remember what I said before? Rule number one of propaganda? Don't argue, rely on emotions. That's what she is. She's completely emotional about it. She's like, as soon as you give her facts, she's like, I'm done with this conversation. My feelings are that Palestinian women should have the same should have rights, and that they know that Israeli women don't necessarily have more rights, and we disagree because my feelings are more important than your facts. So I'm leaving this conversation.
Conversation. I feel offended by whatever it is you just said right now about the beautiful, innocent Palestinians. How dare you say they don't have women's rights? Of course, every minority. It's also this mindset that people have in the West that every minority there's this every minority we are united in the fact that we are minorities, not knowing that there's some minorities that want to oppress other minorities. There are minorities that are looking to get rid of other minorities. There are minorities that want to be majority, especially, you know.
Let me check something.
Right. Go ahead. Meanwhile, let me show
Yes.
Let me show the people something wonderful. Let me show them something. Look at this. Look at it. If you can look up for a second. Lola, if you can look up for a second, let me show you something.
Okay.
Read what is on there.
Bye, Michai.
No, what is on the screen? Not what.
Wait, I'm trying. It's small and I don't have my glasses. Gender neutral
prayer room for Muslims in the DNC. Very inclusive. Look at it. They have the mat and everything. Both men and women can come here and pray, just like Allah intended. Is this not awesome?
It's beautiful. I love it. How many people actually used it?
I'm like, what do people think Islam is about? You think Islam is about gender integration? You think Islam is about men and women praying in the same? What? This is that is why the prayer room is empty and it's going to remain empty. No Muslim is going to go there to pray. gender neutral prayer room. So they think the idea of inclusivity, that the idea of inclusivity
because they're taking their
includes
own values. They're taking their own values and they're reflecting them on other societies that completely reject those values. That's the issue.
exactly.
They keep having. Oh, thank you, Tim. That's so sweet. And he donated like 10 euros and he says that I look great today. So it's a
We can
win-win
all see that.
situation, Frank. You get the money, I get the compliment.
I thought people are going to give super chats asking you to do what's the name of that stuff that you did earlier? That screen
The
or that
kululu.
thing you did. Yes, I thought they are going to, because I was like, if anybody who makes the demand, for any time they make the demand, you're just going to. But it's like people
There
didn't
were
want to hear
other
it.
donations, but I didn't see if someone asked for it.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
were,
Thank you
but
for
people
all the
didn't ask.
compliments. I really appreciate
People
it.
didn't. People didn't ask for you to do this. Maybe you were not good at it. Maybe if you were the first one you did was good, they will have asked again for another one. But clearly, they don't want to see you do that.
It wasn't good enough. It wasn't.
It
Oh, they
wasn't.
said that Jax did. Jax said that she did. She made a super
She
chat
did.
asking
She
for
did.
one.
Oh, where is it? 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 Oh, I think this is the one. She's
That's
like,
monkey
again.
dance. That's what you're doing.
Yes, this is the
Amite,
black.
hi, Manini Manishma. I'm Lola. I'm Israeli. I'm nobody. I'm a random person from the internet.
She's a
Again,
very prominent. She's
I
a very
need more
prominent
Lola.
Jewish. So do another one. Do another one. People have asked. People have made the request. So go ahead. Go ahead. The requests have been made.
I have
Go ahead.
to.
You
Oh
need
my
to drink
God.
water.
אני הולכת
You
לעשות
have water there.
קולולוש.
Give it to us again.
I don't need to clear my throat. That's the Moroccan side of me coming out. Kululu.
Look at
Frank,
me.
you
I'm
know,
now.
stop laughing.
I'm now Andrew Tate. I'm pimping your voice for.
Exactly. As long as
I'm
nobody's
top
asking
G.
me to take my clothes off, we're okay.
I'm top G. I'm top G. You know, and anyways, let's listen to something that is not about. Let's listen to something that
The
is not
spirit of
about.
your ancestors.
Which person said that?
Tim.
Tim, like this is the screech of your. Draco said my joke just ran out.
My apologies.
You need to get better with it. Some people can see. There are
I
people who are
apologize.
like,
And
see?
I'm only half Moroccan. It's the other half is Yemenite. That's why I sing. You see that we have this combination.
You see, and
Top
people are
and top.
recognizing my top G.
Top G.
That's me. Top G
Top
Franco.
G.
That's me. That's me.
So,
That's me. We are taking over. We are taking over. We are taking over. That's what we are doing here.
Okay, let's go. What's the next
all right, yeah,
riveting
let's go.
person that's going to cry about Israel?
Oh, this one is not about Israel. This one is not about Israel. Let us rinse our,
No?
Yeah, this one is spoken word poetry during the DNC, and I saw this and I thought, you know what? Let me show this. Yeah, let me show this to Lola. You know, people always criticize Kamala Harris for how she speaks and how her speech writers are terrible. But I think I found her speech writer, and I think it's this woman. So pay attention.
Listen, before she opens her mouth and ruin it, I have to say she looks beautiful.
Yeah, she does. She does. She does. Her black is, not like my black. My black is horrible, but her black is amazing. Okay.
No, she's beautiful. She has beautiful features, beautiful hair, beautiful. I love the dress too. What?
Yeah, very dark, beautiful chocolate. That's what she is.
Almost
we
like
gather
me,
at the.
Huh? What did you say?
Almost like me, I said.
I agree with you. I agree. Instead, I'm Frank Tate. Yes,
Frank Tate.
minus. Yeah,
Minus the
I'm
pedophilia and pimping
yeah,
and all these things.
minus all the allegations. I am top F. All right, let's listen. Let's listen to this amazing spoken word poetry. Prepare for your mind to be blown. Let me give the warning. Okay, prepare to have your mind blown.
Blown.
We gather
Yeah.
hallowed place because we believe in the American dream. We face a race that tests if this country we cherish shall perish from the earth, and if our earth shall perish from this country. It falls to us to ensure that we do not fall for a people that cannot stand together, cannot stand at.
Oh, is that where it ended? Yeah, did you get the part where she said, let me get to that part again. There's a very important
of
part.
this land and
Yeah. I want to get the quote exactly because I don't want to misquote this genius. Okay, I want to get her quote exactly.
And if our earth shall perish from the earth, shall perish, country we chase. If this country race that tests, we face a race that tests. If this country we cherish shall perish from the earth, and if our earth shall perish from this country.
What? Let me hear it again.
This earth
if this
should perish,
if this perish from the earth,
the
and
country
if
should
the
perish from the earth that we cherish, and the country that
you're not
will
getting anywhere.
perish
You're not
from
getting
the what?
You're not getting. This is brilliant stuff. You need to listen to it like 4 times. Okay, this is Kendrick Lamar level of lyricism. Okay.
We face a race that tests if this country we cherish shall perish from the earth, and if our earth shall perish from this country.
Wow. Powerful. We face a race that has
Such a beautiful young lady.
Yeah, I think that's all you can say about her.
I choose to continue complimenting her.
That is the only good thing you can say about her. Okay, we
and it also rhymed a little bit. There was so rhyming in
rhyme,
there. I can give her that.
rhyme. But what is the meaning of if our country shall perish from the earth, and if our earth shall perish from the country? Like what? How does our earth perish?
Wait until she calls you a child killer.
I'm sure there's a hidden meaning. Here's my number one of my huge fans. This is one of the huge fans of this channel. Why would a Nigerian simp do hard for a foreign country and hate those who protest in another foreign country? This is not normal. What is the meaning of do hard? Sorry, English is my second language. What is the meaning of do hard? Guys in the comments, if you can help me understand, because I don't know what do hard mean. Why will a Nigerian simp do hard? What is do hard? I don't know what it means. For a foreign country and hate those who protest in another foreign country. This is not normal.
It's not normal.
This is
said the impossible man.
Yeah, it's impossible man.
He dictates what is the impossible man. He dictates what is normal and what is not.
What's not normal? Yeah, that's it. You know, during like the NSAS protest, there were people who were foreign people, like people in America and the likes. Even the Bring Back Our Girls protest, there are people in America who were
in support. That maybe he meant to say go hard. Go hard.
Oh, go hard. Oh, thank God. Thank God we have Chrome in the comments to clarify and BT to clarify all these things. You know, people like me, we don't really understand. Maybe for him, G is like upside down whenever he looks at. Maybe it's dyslexia. I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. So why would a Nigerian simp go
Dyslexia.
hard for it? Yeah, maybe that's what it's causes. Sorry, this is not me trying to make fun. This is not me trying to make fun of somebody with learning disability. Okay, this is not. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just trying to understand. Yeah. Why will a Nigerian simp go hard for a foreign country and hate those who protest in another foreign country? That is not normal. I don't understand what you are referring to. What do you mean by go hard for a foreign country? There's nothing wrong with supporting other
No,
countries.
okay.
Okay.
BT said she thinks he meant simp so hard. That you're simping so hard.
Oh, simp.
That you're
Okay,
like simping
simp.
so hard for Israel because people in other countries are protesting for like against it. I think that's what he means.
Oh. So yeah, guys. Maybe I change my headline to the Nigerian simp for Israel. No, if I put it
The
like the Nigerian simp,
simp, yes.
they think I'm
The,
simping for you. I mean,
the simp perspective.
the simp,
The simp perspective.
the simp perspective is very, yeah. That's what it's
The
about. If you
simp
want to hear,
perspective by the Nigerian prince.
yeah, please. Perfect. Let me do the thing that you have been doing. Let me join in this headline game. Let me join.
I love it. This is fun.
Same perspective. Same perspective of the Nigerian prince. All right, so I believe this explains it all. Okay, so Impossible Man, I hope this explains why I am going so hard for a foreign country. From my headline, I think I've answered your question. And if you have any more, let us know. More preferably, add money behind it so that at least I know I'm giving you I'm giving you airtime because you're paying for it. So yeah, I think this is profound. Whatever this lady just said is very profound. And
it's very profound. If the
very
earth
profound.
that we love should perish from this country, and this country should perish from the earth, and the earth will perish from the country, then the Zionists
we should
win.
fight for what. Yeah, and we should fight for what we cherish. Okay, we should.
We cherish.
We should fight for what.
The cherishing
Fight for what
of the cherishment, and you cherish it in the land
do you
of
know why?
cherish of the world.
Do you know what I find? Like jokes apart, I really find it annoying when people like this do spoken word poetry, because people who know me from way back, like people who know me in Nigeria from way back, know that when I was in the university, I did spoken word poetry. I did, and I was very good at it. Okay, that is why if you listen to my shots, sometimes I tend to sound poetic, right? Because some of that spoken word poetry skill kind of seep into how I script my videos and stuff. So it is annoying to me when I see spoken word poets who are just cheesy and corny and ridiculous. I'm like, and then they just come up with things that this is supposed to be deep, but it's stupid. It's not. It doesn't make sense. Don't do this to this art form. It's very beautiful. Very, as in, performance poetry is very, 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 very awesome, beautiful craft. Don't destroy it. And also another thing is, for me, which is my problem with the Democrat party, with leftism and leftist politics, it's like you go to great lengths to highlight people in a particular art form that are the worst, and you're like, oh, this is we representing this art form, or representing this group, or representing whatever it is you want to represent. When you want to represent a group, you go for the worst. You go for the very worst. It's like you go to the bottom of the barrel and you're like, okay, this is your representative. You want to make the president of Harvard a woman, a black woman, and you went for somebody who was plagiarizing. You want to make somebody a black woman vice president and also president. You went for the most unqualified black woman. Trust me, there are
you
many.
wanted someone to represent Muslims online. You went to Andrew Tate. That's
you go for the worst. You guys always go for
wait,
the
I
worst.
agree with the chat. I definitely agree with the chat, and you should give us some spoken word poetry right now.
No, I don't have any. I don't have any written. It's been a while. It's been a while that I wrote something. I don't have like written spoken word poetry. It's been like I said, it was when I was in the university. I
It was 2 years ago, yes.
I graduated and I was
speaking
done.
like it was
I graduated from the university in 2017, so it's been a long time. Okay, 2018, 19, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Come on, this is like 8 years. It's been a long time.
8 years.
If somebody got married
When
in
did you start?
2017, their
Oh,
first
yeah,
child will be
because
7 years.
you start university early. I keep forgetting it, you know. It always, like, I know your age, so I'm like, it didn't click for a moment,
Yeah,
but then I
I
forget
started.
that
Yeah,
you
I got
don't
into the
have
university when I
military
was
service, so
16.
you start your okay, and you also don't have military service, so you don't start university
But
like us at
we
like
have something
21,
similar.
22.
Yeah, we have something similar, although it's not military service. It's called NYSC. But it's not really like military service, but it's something that is a must. Once you're done with
But
school,
it's not
you serve.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
For how
It
long?
is. It's for a year. It's not like if you don't serve, you go to prison or something. But if you don't serve in the NYSC, you cannot get a job in Nigeria with your degree.
And you did it?
I did not.
So you can't get a job in Nigeria. That's what you're saying.
I'm waiting.
That's why you're here online.
I can actually. I can. I don't need an NYSC certificate. All I need to do is to know somebody. How to get a job in this country is by knowing somebody. It's not like somebody's going to be like, why did you hire somebody? Why did you hire somebody who does not have National Youth Service? Who did not? That's what it is called, National Youth Service Corp, NYSC. I'm using the acronym, but that's what it means. So yeah. Anyways, people are asking how old I am.
Look
I
at
am.
Shayna's comment. Wait, look at Shayna's comment.
They teach Nigerians to kill Palestinians also. No, they don't. Okay, let me tell you the history of the NYSC. It started after the Civil War, after the Nigerian Civil War, and it was seen as a nation building program. So essentially what it does is, let's say, are you tired of my Nigerian history? Should I stop? Is it boring?
No, the comment killed me. And the fact that you took it seriously and you're explaining it, it makes me laugh even
Yeah, I
more.
want to
But I love the
explain it.
explanation.
Yeah. Let me explain. They don't teach. It's not like that. Why I want to explain is that it's not really like military. People are not trained how to shoot or anything. In fact, the military training part of it is just lasts for like 2 weeks, which is where you stay in the NYSC camp. It's for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, the rest of the program is just you serving your country. That is why it is called a service corps. It's you serving your country, and then your country pays you for the service. So what it is about is why the program started is after the Civil War in Nigeria. It was imperative, according to the current administration, that they do something to unify the country. They felt one of the reasons why we had a civil war was because the country was not unified, and in their mind, the best way to have a unified country is to come up with this program where people who, let's say you are born in. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
You can't? You still can't hear me?
No, I can hear you now. Wait.
You can hear me now? But
yes.
I can't hear you.
Okay, great.
Okay, we can hear each other. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you now. All right. Back to my beautiful story. People in the comments can hear me, but apparently Shayna's audio was having issues because Palestinians were doing something to it. Blame Palestine for this. Anyway, so they were like, the best way to prevent another civil war or the disunity that was in Nigeria was to take somebody from the south and let them serve in the north, somebody from the north, let them serve in the south. So that way people from different parts of the country get to move around, experience different cultures in the country, and then foster unity or something like that. But so far, so good. That program has been a huge failure because Nigeria has been, like in recent years, Nigeria has become super, super divided, very divided. The only reason why we don't have a civil war right now is that the scars from the first civil war is preventing people from trying to be violent. So, so that's the only reason. But of course, the government have to try to engage in nation building. Anyways,
So
that is
what
that
you're
about.
saying is basically we need to provide Nigerians with a couple of tanks and let shit burn.
Everything doesn't have to be solved the Zionist way. Okay, everything doesn't have to be solved Zionist way. Okay, we can use diplomacy. We can try to reason with people. Okay, everything is not set it on fire, throw bombs. Okay, it's not bomb some innocent Palestinian children, blow them into smithereens. That's not everything. Is not every conflict is not solved like that way. Okay, you have to apply diplomacy and stuff. Anyways, let's look at the next video. This is from a very troubled Palestinian supporter, and you can see from her cafe that she's committed to the cause, and she has certain things
committed.
Can you imagine? This is the level of love that people have for Nigeria. They're like, send the Nigerians to Gaza. Why? Why do you want us to go there? Have we not suffered enough?
Have we not suffered enough?
Have we not suffered enough?
Is Nigeria 50% Muslim, 50% Christian? Leventix is asking.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it's 59, not 59, 49% Muslim. That's what the official statistics say. That's 49% Muslim, and I think 50% Christian. And then you really don't like this country. I get it. You want me to move to Israel?
No, it's not that I don't like. It's statistical. Is once Muslims tend to have a lot of kids.
Yeah,
so
they have in the north they have. But here's the thing: in Nigeria, Muslims have the highest rate of infant mortality. So, I mean,
no, that's sad.
Yeah, and then Boko Haram terrorism is also going on in the north and stuff. So there
You
is
say
that.
it balances it balances itself.
Yeah. Even though they breed like rats. That's the thing about Muslims. When people tell me that they breed like rats, I'm like, well, in Nigeria, most of their children die. They die during childbirth. Many of the women die. It's the truth, and I'm not saying it to like. It's a sad reality, but it's the case in northern Nigeria.
Yeah.
And many of the women there die during childbirth. Many of their children don't survive for long. Many of their children don't even get immunization. Some of them suffer from severe polio. So even though they have the quality of the majority that they have, if they will ever have one, is something that doesn't bother me, doesn't scare me, because you have a majority that most of them are sickly. If they are not sick, they are uneducated, disease ridden. These people are really poor. They are really poor. So if you have a Muslim majority in a country like Egypt, I'll be like, okay, that's a problem, which it is, by the way. But Nigeria is like, majority here. What are you going to do with that? Of what use is the majority? Yeah.
Someone, who was it? Mr. Mustard says she wears a keffiyeh. How authentic! And it reminds me of
Mossad.
Yeah.
He
said that they're wearing it because they like the authenticity to talk about
yes
the situation. Therefore, they need to wear these things like they're virtue signaling. So sad. Of course, white girl.
So,
preach to us, white girl. Let us hear your words of wisdom.
Wearing the kafia is the only time a white woman is allowed to engage in cultural appropriation. Okay, so allow her.
Peter, I would say this.
Okay, go ahead.
Peter said $5 super chat. If I say I would do it without the super chat, but I want you to get the super chat. So, Baruch Hashem b'shem HaMashiach Yeshua. Amen. Thank you. I'll continue now.
What does
it means?
What does this mean?
Baruch Hashem is like God bless. B'shem HaMashiach, in the name of the Messiah, Yeshua. That's it.
Oh. Wow. See?
Praise the Lord.
Colonizers are in the building there. Yeah, that's what they do. That is why I am so looking forward to this. That's why I'm so
Oh no,
looking
it
forward
says
to the stream.
Baruch haba. It says welcome, Baruch haba, in the name of the Messiah Yeshua. That's what he said.
Oh,
Welcome,
okay.
Baruch haba.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm happy to learn that. Even though I know I'm going to, the moment you said it, I forgot it immediately.
I still remember how to say kishkifo.
Yeah. That is exactly how I pronounced it. That guys, you said it. You said that. Say it again.
Kachipo.
Say it again. Say it again.
No,
No.
it's
Say it the way you
kachipo.
said it. No. Say it the way you said
Kishkifo.
it. Yeah, guys, do you know what she's trying
Kishkifo.
to say? Do you know what she's trying to say? She's trying to say kachifo. That's what she's trying to say. And you can see that she's saying it very well. You can see that she's saying it
Of
100%
course.
how that is
I'm
exactly
a
how
linguistic
Nigerians.
miracle.
Yeah, that's exactly how Nigerians say it, 100%. Thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate. And what is that? There was something I wanted to say. Now I can't remember. Anyways, let's move back to this very authentic Palestinian. Tell us about her
Yes.
struggle.
Yes.
If you support and are advocating for Palestine, can you please leave me a comment? I'm feeling so alone and I'm feeling so crazy. I'm away from my home where my community is, where we all support Palestine. And I'm on a very short trip with my family, and all of them are Zionists.
Oh, can you imagine that? Can you just
I'm
imagine?
so sad because I live in so much privilege and I get to go on vacations, and it's so
I
hard to
understand.
be on vacation with all these Zionists. Like, oh my God, like, give me comments. I need
need
comments,
comments.
guys. Like,
Comments, please. I feel so alone because I'm so away from home. I'm with my family, but I'm far away from home. Can you imagine that, guys? I'm so
heartbreak.
I feel her pain because currently, right now, for 2 hours, I've been surrounded by Zionists, and I know how painful it is. It's really it's
You're a
really
Zionist
really
simp. Don't pretend. We know who you are.
It's really painful. In case you guys are wondering in the comments, the plan for this live stream, I and Lola, we talked about it yesterday. Or will I even say today? Because that yesterday at one point became today. That this live stream is going to be 5 hours. So guys, prepare yourself, get your coffee ready. We are doing a 5-hour stream. Trust me, we'll get to 5 hours. If you are still willing to listen to us, we'll be here talking.
And I'm the only
I
one.
told Frank we should do a 24-hour, but he's weak.
Somebody needs to eat. I need to eat. All right, let's take this back a little bit.
Let's listen.
All of them are Zionists, and
Oh, no.
I'm the only one who is not and who is advocating for Palestine. And I've tried to have so many conversations with them in the past about all of this and why genocide equals bad, basically, and why Biden equals bad. And it always ends with me in tears. I'm feeling like I'm alone and like I'm crazy.
You should listen to that feeling. That feeling of being crazy.
And everyone claps in the chat for this young lady's family that are sensible people and needs to literally go on vacation with this weird-looking kafia wearing idiot and tolerate her. Again, we're going back to the guys from before. Can you imagine being the parent of this child? Like saying, I went through 9 months of pregnancy, labor pains, and then I have a crybaby in a kafia. I did not pay for this. Where do I get this back? How do I get a return on my money? God, I think.
Yeah, when it comes to having children, there are no boxes. There are no return. What you get is what you have to keep forever.
It's Aiden, it's not that she's not in a sunny place, it's the kafia. It's protecting her from the sun. That's why she's so white.
But these people are very fun. You are with your family members. You're supposed to have a good time, enjoy with your family. don't focus on Palestine, but you are so warped in activism that you cannot even take a moment to relax. You know, you can't even take a moment to be like, let me chill and let me just have fun with my family, and let me not even bring up something that is controversial, that will lead to disagreement. And even the fact that you even get to cry about it, you're like, oh, genocide is bad. And I'm like, which genocide? Where is the genocide happening? You know.
No, the thing is, like, she's literally on vacation. Like, you could have stayed home. If you're like, if it's so bad on vacation, why didn't you stay home? Like, did you discover your family is a Zionist just when you went on vacation, or what happened? And do you listen to your own videos?
I think
Like,
she was.
how pathetic is a person to sit there and like semi cry on camera? Like, I'm on vacation and so hard, you guys. Like, I need comments. I need like comment on this video because my value is dependent on if you like me or not. Like, please. Zionism, white colonialism. That's how it sounds to me.
What I find even more pathetic is the
Yes,
fact
Maya,
that
we
she's
read
looking
the
for,
comments.
like,
We can't read all of them. But if
we
you
can't read
tag
all of
me,
them,
if
but
you
we do.
at me, I usually see them, and I promise to respond.
Yeah, or if you give super chats, we read those. Okay, we read those. We always read those. Anyways, what I find really like pathetic about this is, let's say actually that she's concerned about genocide. Let's say actually she's really concerned about genocide, and let's say actually there is a genocide in Palestine. Let's just, and I'm not saying there is. Of course, there isn't.
Let's pretend.
Let's pretend. Let's pretend. What is she trying to achieve by saying, leave me a comment? I am going through a lot. I am crying right now. Look at me. Like, it is not this it is not about, if it is indeed true, then it is not about you. People don't need to come to the comments and be like, oh, we feel for you. Stay strong, my sister. You are going to overcome. That is what they should be living for the victims of genocide. Like, that's what they should be living for them, not for you. You're making this whole thing about yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Of course, the whole movement is self-centered. Like every single person in this movement is self-centered. Like, the people who are supporting them are not supporting them because they want to support them. They support them because they get validity out of it. So if you don't get validation, you're no longer supporting them. And that's exactly what crumbled with the BLM movement as soon as they realized that if they want to do something for their own benefit, I don't agree it's actually their own benefit voting for Kamala, but that's their prerogative. I don't go into their politics. But as soon as they realize that if they support Kamala and want to like vote for Kamala, then the pro-Palestinian crowd is going to tell them, no, you shouldn't do that. Kamala's bad. Like, don't vote for Kamala. And they're like, oh, you're telling us what to do. And then all the racist stuff starts to flow. And then they're like, oh, the pro-Palestinian movement is self-centered because they only care about themselves. Yes. That's the only thing they care about. That's what we said from day one. They don't care about anyone else. And not only do they not care about them, not only do they not care about them, no, it's just like even you didn't care about them. If you're so eagerly willing to drop the Palestinian cause just because now they're not supporting you, this means you've never supported them. You've supported them because it benefited something for you. Like, I appreciate more gays that support Palestine because and even though you say to them, but gays are not getting support in Palestine, and they say, I don't care. I don't need them to support me for me to support them. I appreciate that more than you trying to like lie your ass off about how you care about this or don't care about it. If you want to be an idiot, it's okay. You can be an idiot and play this holier than thou situation in which I am better than you because I support people that actually want me dead, but I still support them. So I'm so much better than you. But that's also a form of like self gratification. Like, you're overvaluating yourself. That's the whole movement. They keep contradicting themselves. Like, you shouldn't kill children, but Israeli children you can kill. Like, no, human is illegal, but illegal Israeli settlers. But every single human rights, but no, Israelis don't deserve rights. Everyone deserves security. Israelis don't deserve security. They contradict themselves on every single level.
That's true. That's true. I mean, this is why we have Lola on the chat to give us that Jewish wisdom. Yeah, that's what you said is 100%.
Needs a good slap. She needs a good, like, if she had a Moroccan mom or a Moroccan dad, she wouldn't be like this. Exactly.
Listen to me, look at me, comment for me. Oh yeah, some people are suffering. They're just making the whole thing. Even when that is why when I saw the Palestine black conflict on Twitter, I saw some black content creators saying that instead of talking about Palestine, now they are going to be talking about Congo. Now they are going to be talking about Sudan. And in my head, I was like, please don't, just don't, because you're going to ruin it. Just don't talk because you're not going to. I don't know if you are aware.
Your next trend.
Yeah, you're not going to gain anything from talking about Congo. You're not going. Just know you're not going to gain anything from talking about Sudan. There is nothing. You will gain nothing from if you really want to talk about. And again, another important thing for me with now we are going to talk about Congo was, I instead of you now talking about Congo because you are offended with Palestinians. Why don't you take that moment to read about Congo, read about Sudan, read about these places now that you now want. Read about it, learn about it first. Do the first thing you should have done with the pro-Palestine movement that you wanted to join. Learn about it first. Understand exactly what it is about and what you are about to support. Because maybe there's something you don't know about that may have offended the pro-Palestine crowd when you say you support Congo, for example, or you support what you are advocating for people who are dying in Congo. Is that you did not ask yourself the question: who is killing people in Congo? Who is killing people in Sudan? Because if you ask that question, then you realize that your support for Palestine has been so moronic, so stupid. Because the same ideology, the same ethnicity that was carrying out that is fighting Jews in Israel is the same ideology and the same ethnicity that is carrying out the attacks in Congo and carrying out the attacks in Sudan.
I think if they tried to talk about it, their brains will melt into mush because they have been so brainwashed and indoctrinized with this pro-Palestinian bullshit that when you see like, how can you support Palestine and these Islamist, Arab supremacist way of like Arab colonial.
Off-white.
No, colonial. Someone write the word down so I can read it. Colonialist movement.
Okay.
Colonialist movement, and then turn around and be like, now we support Congo and Sudan that are fighting the same exact forces that you were just supporting like 1 second ago. Especially led by Ilhan Omar, the greatest faker of them all. Like, how does this woman live with herself? Like, I really don't understand. She sits there and cries about Sudan because she's Sudanese, or her family is Sudanese.
Yeah.
A Jew can say a Jew that can say colonialism. You see, something is colonial.
Yeah, continue.
Ilhan Omar's father served in the most genocidal army of Sudan. Okay? He might not have participated personally in the genocide, but he did lead a couple of combats. From what I heard, he was a general, like in the 70s. all this bullshit. And as soon as they started getting a little bit in trouble, dude went with his tail between his legs, took his luggage, took his family, ran to the US for
Run to the United
shelter.
States.
Exactly, where he stayed to give his family a better life. And now this stupid girl is sitting in American Congress pretending to care about Arabs and Muslims and Sudanese people. But like you don't care for Sudanese people, you just want like the Islamization of Sudan, so maybe you could move back there. But the funniest part is, if you move back there, nobody will ever let you be in Congress. You're a woman. You should be not heard, not spoken to or about. Your voice, and you are here telling me that this is what you want, but you will never do it. You just want to sit in a democratic country and cry about Islamophobia. And how why don't they let Islam rule the whole world when you live in a democratic country where you will never ever get this opportunity anywhere else? And people are like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
And just quick correction. Yeah, and quick correction. It's not Sudan, it's Somalia. Yep.
You're right, Somalian.
Somalia, not Sudan. Yeah, so that is true about the beautiful. Even for every Muslim Congress person or politician who's, especially if you're a woman and you're like you are in support of Muslims, you're in support of Islam, you're in support of. I'm like, if what you're advocating for becomes a reality, you will not be in Congress. You will not. If you move back, if Ilhan Omar moves back to Somalia, she will not be part of the ruling class. Maybe she will be related to somebody who will be in the ruling class, but she herself will not. And what they will require of her is not that head scarf she's wearing. She will have to cover the neck as well. But of course,
but that's the funny part. What's the more funny about it is that I said Sudan, and it still fits perfectly if you change it to Somalia. It doesn't change anything if you change the name of the country. It doesn't change any of the statements. I don't know if it's said or great.
Somebody says she's the captain now. I don't know if you understand where this joke is coming from. If you've watched, I've forgotten the name of the movie. It's a pirates movie about pirates. When Somalian pirates took over, and they're like, "Look, I am the captain now." So yeah, she has taken over. She has taken over the ship that is America. She's like, "Look, I am the captain now." Yeah, she's Somalian, Aiden. She's Somalia. Don't mind this colonialist. She cannot even pronounce colonialist. So that's why she made the mistake of Sudan.
Colonialism. Colonialism. It just sounds wrong. I don't know.
Colonialism. Yeah.
Somalian.
You can not Sudan, but Sudanese, Somalian. Okay? Or Somali. So let's listen to this lady. Let's see if we can muster any sympathy for her, because it's important.
Noya asks Lola and Frank, do you think the West doesn't fully understand what is going on and now everything is related? I'm sure. I don't think. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, most of them definitely. Like most of the protesters and most of even those who are a huge portion of the Western population don't understand anything outside the West. In America, a huge portion of Americans don't even understand what is happening in their country, in their own country. They talk more of what is happening in other countries. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Okay. Does she continue eating that little bread, or is the video over?
Anyway, let's go back to this lady that needs our sympathy, okay? And let's show her as much sympathy as we can.
And that is what is happening now. And when I get like this, it's really hard for me to reconnect with that sense of community, especially because, like I said, I'm away from home. So if you could leave a comment for me, that would be really greatly appreciated. I love you, and free Palestine. And if you ever feel like you're alone and you're crazy, I promise you, you're not. It's just the people you are surrounded by that are making you feel that way. You are on the right side of history as always. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
As always.
Free
Palestine.
You're on the right side of history.
Darling, we already freed Palestine in 48. Get up with the times.
Free Palestine. You are right. This lady said, I don't even know what to refute here. I'm like, you have.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making another Moroccan
I
sound or
sneezed.
something.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was another North African thing. Maybe somebody asked you to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a Moroccan sneeze right there.
And one more Free Palestine video. Do I have it here? Do I?
One
I
more.
think I do. Yeah, one more before we go. There are other things that I want us to look at. I should have it.
That's it.
I
2.5 hours, and you want to go?
I
Just
thought it's the
getting
five.
started.
Yeah, it's a 5 hour live stream. It's a 5. We've not even. We just halfway through the 5 hour live stream. Okay.
Yeah.
So where's that? Yep, there you are. What is it I'm looking for? Sorry guys, I'm trying to pull out a clip. I don't know where I saw it. I thought I downloaded it, but I did not. I'm glitching.
What about Shabbat
By the way,
dinner?
follow me on
Hopefully, when I'm back in Israel, I will have more of
that's
that.
what we are having right now. That's what we are having right now. We are having Shabbat dinner. Okay, that's what we are having.
We
That's
can
what
do
is
a
going on
kiddush
right
right
now.
here if we want.
Yeah, just
I
like the
didn't
stream.
make
You've
challah.
already. What
What's
have you
wrong
not
with the
done?
kiddush? I don't understand. Do you not like praying, Frank? What's wrong with praying?
I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know. Yeah, actually, you know what it means. I don't.
The kiddush
I don't.
is the dinner that we have on Friday evening, where you pray about the wine and the bread.
That's like Holy Communion
For
for
Shabbat, yeah,
Christians.
huh? For Jewish version,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But it's like the Jewish version of it.
Yeah. I wonder who copied who. I believe we are the one who
I
did the
wonder.
copying. I wonder.
I'm guessing it's the white
I want you guys
colonizers.
to watch. Yeah, definitely those people. Definitely those people. This
Bye, Amichai.
this
Again,
will not play.
Amichai
So,
went and came back.
what are you asking?
I don't know. I saw someone saying bye to Amichai, and I thought he already left a while back. I didn't see him come back. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So I was looking for. There was something I was looking for, and I'm still looking for it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I think I downloaded it. Now that I think about it, I think I downloaded it. Or not. Yeah, not. Sorry, guys. This is an amateur hour. I'm trying to get a clip. I'm trying to get a particular clip. Give me a second. Lola, you can be saying something. Just keep saying something. Entertain these people. Entertain them.
Just keep saying
Do another voice.
I need to get my balls out and start juggle. Well, let me read the comments a little bit.
Entertain these folks.
This one, I love these extended streams, like
Yeah,
the
please
posted
go ahead.
girlfriend who gets really angry at these idiots, but stays very funny and yeah, I like it too. That's my attitude in life. Like, I get mad, but then I just decide to laugh about it because I can't even take these people too seriously.
Yeah, it's take them seriously at your own risk.
Jews
Like,
can
what
say
exactly is
colonialism.
the
Wait, Peter gave a donation and he said Jews can say colonialism. They're useless at genocide too. Very accurate, Peter.
very competent when it comes to doing evil? I've never seen an evil group that is so incompetent in being evil. That is, you guys need to learn from Nigerians. We are very good at this. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to equip Zionist colonizers to become more effective. All right, so
No,
here
I saw them. I saw them. That you said that you imagine her like screaming at her like baby sister that's like 4 that Israel is committing a genocide.
it's even fun. Like somebody, you're on vacation, your family wants to have a good time. They just want to. Everybody wants to chill, unwind, have a good time, and forget about the problem of the world. Essentially, and you're like, do you know that there is a genocide? People are like, can you stop talking about it? So you're essentially being annoying. And then when nobody
No,
wants to entertain your annoyance, you're like, can you imagine? I feel so alone. I feel crazy. Nobody wants
if
to
my
join me in saying
child,
free Palestine. Go ahead.
if my child would be free Palestine and genocide, I'm personally buying them a one-way ticket to Gaza. Like, you care so much? Go. Go.
Go.
Don't come
Go and
back.
have fun.
It's okay. You're a disappointment anyway. Go, stay there. I don't care what they do. Go.
Yeah, this is what Zionists do. They abandon their children. So yeah.
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 Okay.
So
What
I'm
are we saying
curious
right
to
now?
what you're doing here. Are you a supporter of the genocide against the Palestinian people?
I am an American who is actually here to listen to the views of people who disagree with me. Now, one of the reasons I'm
Are
supporting
you
a
a
candidate in this
supporter of
election.
Israel?
I support the United States, and because of that, I support Israel and our relationship
You
with it.
support a genocide that has killed 40,000 Palestinians in the last 10 months.
So look,
Lola, I want to ask you, what's the definition of a genocide again? Because I keep forgetting. The more I listen to this, I keep forgetting the definition. What's the definition of a genocide?
Apparently, war
Mhm.
is genocide. If you kill any Palestinian, it's genocide.
Yes.
If a Palestinian tries to commit a terror attack and fails, and
Yeah.
they only kill
Mhm.
themselves, it's also genocide. Depends on the day.
Mhm.
You can switch. It doesn't matter. Definitions are not important.
They're not
It's not
important.
important.
Definition is
We
a
don't
form of
talk
white
about
supremacy.
facts here. Exactly.
Definition
We don't
is
need
a
facts.
form of
It's
white
not
supremacy.
facts.
Yeah. But if I should
Also,
try
by
to
the
be a
way,
white supremacist, yeah.
terrorists are innocent civilians. All terrorists identify as women and children, therefore they are innocent civilians. If you're a
Mm-hmm.
journalist and you keep hostages, you're an innocent civilian. If you're a doctor and you
True.
keep hostages, you're an innocent civilian. If you're a
Yes.
person with a weapon who shoots an RPG, you're an innocent civilian. You're always an innocent civilian. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
As long as you
you're
are in
always women
Palestine.
and children.
Yeah. As long
We
as you're in
already
Palestine,
killed
right?
2 million, exactly, 2 million. We already killed 50 million Palestinians, and they were all women and children. And
Exactly. That's
it
what Jews
happened
do.
in the helicopter that crashed in the mountain with the Iranian
With the president of
president.
Iran, Raisi, you people killed that guy
Yes.
too. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Anyway, but if we are going to be factual, for a moment, just try to be colonialist for a moment. Genocide is the deliberate, okay? Deliberate is very important, which means there is an intention. Is the deliberate and systematic destruction of a racial, political, or cultural group. That is the meaning of genocide. The deliberate. I think this definition was even. I think if it looks upgraded, because the last time I checked, that's not what the definition was saying. But you can still work with that. A deliberate and systematic destruction of a race, political, cultural group. So when you
In
deliberately,
parts, yeah, it's supposed to
intentionally,
be in parts or in whole. That's the definition of genocide. Like the deliberate and intentional annihilation of a political, racial, ethnical group in part or in whole. That's supposed to be the entire definition. And
yeah, and also
let me just.
another thing they did. Another thing they
Mhm,
didn't add here is religious. It's not just racial, political, and cultural. Also, a religious group.
mhm,
That is also
mhm.
genocide. But
Yes,
I think this
but
definition
the
has been
thing is,
upgraded for modern audience.
none of the genocides that I've seen so far had one, a population that quadrupled itself. Two, could have ended. So, like, I
Mhm.
don't know that the Armenians, when they were being genocided, could have gone and say, like, listen, what if we do this? Can you stop killing us? And the other side said, oh, okay. Or if the Jews
Yeah,
went to
yeah,
the
yeah.
Nazis and said, like, wait, if we give back the hostages and disarm, would you stop killing us? And the Nazis would be like, sure, great, let's make a deal. No.
Haven't you?
Never heard of a
Haven't
genocide
you?
that stops. You know?
Yeah, haven't you heard that Hitler was right and that actually he did not commit genocide, and that Jews are
No,
also
of course not.
Nazis? Like the Nazis did nothing wrong, and Jews are also Nazis. Have you not
Yes.
had those two very powerful arguments? All right, I think Cambridge Dictionary has a better definition. The intentional killing of all. It doesn't have to be all. The intentional killing of all or part of a national, religious, or racial group. This definition is also lacking. It doesn't have to be all or a part of.
Yeah, I said usually it's in a whole or partially.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because the numbers are not important, because when we're talking about genocide, so if you take a group that's like huge, like if you take, for example, I don't know, Christians, there's a lot of Christians in the world. So if I
Yeah.
kill only 4,000 Christians out of the whole population of Christians in the world, but these Christians are like the only town in this city where only Christians live, and you kill all
Mm,
of those 4,000 people, like, why is
that's
that a
genocide.
genocide? But then, right? And then, like, I don't know, killing 50 people in a war in Afghanistan is not. Why the difference is, it's because, like, if you take this group and you intentionally target them for this reason, that's what makes it a genocide, right? If you're combating a war in Afghanistan, you're not committing a genocide. You're combating a war, and war has casualties, unfortunately. Nobody, again, I hate that we have to make these stupid disclaimers. I hate that I have to make them, but I know people on the internet will take like a short part of what someone is saying and will try to use that part to, like, she
Mhm.
didn't even no. Nobody likes to see dead people. Here, I said it. Doesn't matter who they are. They can be adults, they can be children, they can be elderly, they can be women, they can be terrorists. Nobody likes to see dead people. Okay? Make this
Mhm.
disclaimer. War still happens.
Yeah,
Never,
it
ever
does.
have I seen a war, other than maybe the Great Emu War of Australia, in which
Mm,
0 children died. Doesn't happen.
mm,
Unfortunately,
mm.
it doesn't happen.
So it's bound. Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that, which is something you already covered, which is in genocide, which is why I have a problem with the use of the word "all the people of a nation or religion," is that size, number of people who died is really not significant in defining a genocide.
Exactly.
So if I and a group of my
It's the
friends,
intention.
let's say we decide that we want to kill, let's say we want to kill all the Hausas in the country. We are going to destroy every Hausa person in Nigeria, and we went to the north to commit this act. We've stated it. Everyone knows this is our intention. This is what we've been advocating for months or even years. And then I was able to mobilize like 50 people. And then we went to the north and we attacked the north, and we ended up killing just 5 people before we were maybe killed by security or arrested by security. What we have committed is genocide. And you'll be like, oh, but it's just 5. Yeah, you did not kill those 5 people because it's not a homicide. It's not a double or triple or 4. No, it is genocide because you wanted to kill. Your intention is to eradicate. Another thing about genocide is not even capacity. Oh, are they capable of doing it? No, it's that they went out to implement it. Whether it is a deluded aspiration is insignificant. You understand? Whether they were successful or not is insignificant. That is why October 7 is an act of genocide. Because what they were
Tell me
trying
about
to
it.
do, because what they were trying to do, even though they did not like end up wiping up even 1% of the Jewish population, but what they were intending to do is that essentially to wipe out in part or in whole the Jewish population. And the reason why you are attacking these people is because you are
Exactly.
opposed to them for ethnic, national, racial, or political reason. If you kill a group of people
No, I
because you feel
completely
they are
agree.
racially, if you kill a group of people because you feel they are racially inferior, or you hate their race, or for whatever reason, that is genocide. If you kill a group of people because you feel their religion, for whatever reason you ascribe to their religion, is something that needs to be eradicated, they need to, for religious reasons, you choose to kill them, that is a genocide. If you kill them because you hate their national identity and you want their national identity to be eradicated, that is a genocide.
Amen. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I've never encountered a genocide that could have ended by like facing a couple of terms from the side that's being quote unquote the genocider, right? Because like, no matter in which genocide you went into in the whole entire existence of the world, it's not like you could have gone to the genociding group and say to them, hey, listen, if you do this and that, we will could you stop killing us? And the group would say, oh, sure, of course. Like, it doesn't work like this. That just means there isn't intention. Okay, the intention of whatever is happening right now in Israel and in Gaza is there's two goals, and they're very clear goals. That if Hamas would have stuck to them, like agreed to them, the second day, like October 8th, not one Palestinian person would have died. Like, we want her hostages back. And let me say it, I'm not saying bring them home, because fudge that. No, I want you to bring them back. It's not our goal. Like, it shouldn't be our obligation to bring them home. They should release them. We should be screaming, release the hostages, bring them back. Do not bring them home. It's not our job. We are normalizing these stupid statements that are like double standardly annoying me, because it's ceasefire now with a party that doesn't want to ceasefire. Like, they're not willing to ceasefire, because if they were willing to ceasefire, the only two conditions should have been met by now. Release the hostages, disarm. Why? Done. Fought. Nothing else. And we keep like not changing this discourse. I hate when I hear bring them home, because it shouldn't be our job to fight to bring the hostages home. It should be world pressure put on these terrorists to release them, as they did with Boko Haram when they took the kids. It was bring back our girls. It wasn't bring them home, right? It's give them back. It's not the double standard when it comes to Jewish life and Israeli life is just atrocious to me.
Yeah. Funny thing about that one is that it might interest you to know that they are still they still have not been brought back.
Kidnapped girls from Boko Haram. I know. It was a trend. Bring them back, but nobody actually cares that
that's the kind that is why I always have a problem with trendy activism, where you are an activist because it is trendy. It's always not effective at the end of the day, because you really don't care. You're just hopping on a trend. It's a new TikTok dance for you. So Free Palestine is a new TikTok dance, and once they're tired of dancing it, they'll move to something else, essentially.
Exactly.
And you're 100% right. You know, the way when it comes to Gaza, everybody's like, oh, bring them home, kind of go and rescue them, when it should be bring them back. What is supposed to ask Hamas to return these people, return them, you know. But that is not the case in this instance. In this instance is let's see if we can rescue them. And then they're like, okay, these are the rules. These are the rules of this rescue operation. No, civilians should die. This is the rule of this rescue operation. You have to do it like this. These are the rules, the new rules of engagement. You have to, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. But
I wish
release 4 girls from the Boko Haram, like, didn't they just release them and they exploded like somewhere, and they released them with explosives strapped to them?
There are a couple of stories like that. There are women who were not even released. Like, after being kidnapped, they become like suicide bombers for Boko Haram. There are some that were released, and after being released, we find out months and years later that they are still married to their captors. The whole thing is just corrupt, and there are those that are actually released, reunited with their families and stuff. So it was messy. I wish this is what I wanted to say, that I wish the Nigerian government had, taken the matter seriously and fought against Boko Haram the same way Israel is fighting Hamas with regards to, if that has been, we will not have the issue of Boko Haram today. And why we didn't see that during that period was because we had very weak leadership. Then it was Goodluck Jonathan, and after him it was Buhari, who also didn't have the political will to prosecute Boko Haram, because Boko Haram essentially made him president. And after, and I will say it every day, because it was because of the Boko Haram crisis that he was elected. And his campaign promises, in fact, let me let people know something. Boko Haram has always been a group in Nigeria. Okay, for the most part, they were not violent. They had terrorist ideology, but they were not violent, and they existed in the northern part of Nigeria, especially in the Borno part of Nigeria, for a very long time. Since Obasanjo, that is like the first president of the Third Republic. Nigeria have had 3 republics, so this is the Third Republic, and Obasanjo was the first president. And during his time, we had Boko Haram, right? Boko Haram became a major threat in Nigeria when Goodluck became president. It started with the election violence. There was the election violence in the north. After the result of the election was announced that a Muslim did not win, it was a Christian from the south. When that was announced, there was election violence in the north, and that was how Boko Haram started. And from there, they started, carrying out terror activities in the north, kidnapping, suicide bombing. In fact, they started the suicide bombing before even the Chibok girls kidnapped. That was the first time in my life that I as a Nigerian, I heard of people engaging in such activity. I was like, wow, we now have suicide bombers in Nigeria. That was scary as hell. And it was because of that he undermined the leadership of Jonathan, made him look like an incompetent leader. And granted, he was incompetent in handling that situation. And he didn't handle it well. And then, based on that, the Muslim man he won, that lost during the first election, was like, oh, vote me in and I will get rid of Boko Haram. I will destroy, the organization. I will do this, and stuff like that. And he had people who were running in his campaign who has, had dealings with Boko Haram in the past and stuff like that. So there was even the rumor around there in Nigeria that Boko Haram is essentially working for Buhari. And then he became president and then became very soft on Boko Haram. Very, very soft. Even the current administration is the same thing. Nothing has changed. He was the one who came up, Buhari was the one who came up with the idea of repentant Boko Haram members. That, if we catch them and they choose to repent, we can release them. That means you can raid villages, kill people, rape women. You get caught, you claim to have repented, and you go through a rehabilitation program for like 6 months. They might even fly you abroad rather to get educated or whatever it is the program requires. And then you spend like maybe 2 years abroad. Then you come back and you're now a more sophisticated terrorist, and they release you back to the society and claim that, they are now repentant. That happened on that, So if we had the kind of leadership that you have in Israel, we will not have Boko Haram today. Sadly, we don't. And if this is the funny thing again, if Nigeria had gone hard on Boko Haram, like Israel had going hard on Hamas, the Nigerian government would be accused by agencies like Amnesty International, the UN, and the rest of, look at how they are killing innocent civilians. I promise you that they are going to accuse the Nigerian army of that. Because when it comes to Islamic terrorists, the whole world just act like very, very ridiculous set of human beings, especially international organizations like Amnesty International. So yeah.
What a joke. Amnesty, Red Cross, all these organizations are a joke. They should be defunded. Like, they're not doing their job.
Yeah, especially Amnesty International. Sometimes some of the things I read on the article, I'm like, people are just annoying. What do you mean? That's a story for another day. Let us take a break from talking about genocide and
Boko
talk about genocide and Boko Haram. Speaking of, just one more thing to say about Boko Haram. Boko Haram currently right now since its inception, has been committing an act of genocide, right? Because part of the people that they are targeting are Christians. Like, they believe strongly that part of the way they are going to establish their caliphate in northern Nigeria is to get rid of Christians. And many of their targets, specifically target Christians. Like they will hijack, let's say, a bus that is traveling from Borno State to Adamawa State. They will tell all the passengers to come out and say, if you're a Christian, move to the left. If you're a Muslim, move to the right. And people who are Muslims will be allowed to go, and those who are Christians will be killed on the spot. That is genocide. Okay, that is how you do genocide.
Exactly.
And nobody's talking about that, of course.
Crazy.
Yeah. But let's look at
you called the moon landing.
Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the moon landing. Let's talk about something interesting.
The moon landing has
moon landing, guys. Let's talk about moon landing because we are covering many subjects.
That's when Neil Armstrong went and put the Palestinian flag on the moon, right?
Yes. Local Haram, like Levent to say. Let's talk about the moon landing, guys. And the moon landing, according to Candace Owens, by the way.
You called the moon landing the Easter Bunny for adults.
Once you get 200 miles out, you hit the Van Allen belt, which has an incredible amount of radiation. There's been no human that's gone beyond that belt since the moon landings, allegedly. So I want you to just Google the temperature of the Van Allen belt. And then I want you to Google what material the shuttle was made out of. This literally doesn't make sense that an aluminum alloy could have gone through the Van Allen belt for an hour and a half or 59 minutes. It just couldn't have happened. Literally can't happen. There's no explanation for it. They just don't even talk about it. They don't like talking about the Van Allen belt because that part makes entirely no sense. And then the camera, they decided to give them to a guy who makes movies.
So there you have it. The moon landing is fake. In case you are trying to understand the argument that the moon landing is fake. Do you have anything to say to that? Yeah, you are the genius amongst both of us. I'm just a dumb Nigerian monkey. So I have to, at this point, decrease so that you might increase. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
Every time I listen to Candace, my IQ drops. I feel it. It's painful. It's dropping. Every time I need to hear that woman talk.
Sorry, you have to do it for the fans. Do it for the fans of this show. Okay? She said we should Google the temperature of the Allen belt.
Let's Google the temperature of the Allen belt.
The Allen belt.
That's for shits and giggles. Allen belt.
The Allen belt temperature. So according to Google, the temperature is not even according to Google. This, can you imagine? Look at Google giving me their search results. The what they highlighted is gotten from TikTok.
So it's from 2000 to 20,000 Kelvin. Why does it vary?
They said what I see here is from 20,000. 20,000 is 20,000. Is it 2,000? How many zeros? Count the zeros that you are seeing there. Is it 4 zeros or 5 or 3 zeros?
Wait, I'm Googling a lot of stuff. So it says that it's between 2,000 to 20K Kelvin, and right?
Yeah. What else did she say?
How much is Kelvin in Fahrenheit? 2,000. Okay, so let's say Kelvin to Fahrenheit and let's see how much is 2,000 Kelvin in Fahrenheit. Okay, so it says from 2,000 to from 2,000 to 20,000, and I'm not going to read the whole article to read about when the temperature varies, or if it's like in certain points it's 2,000 and in other points it's 20,000, or maybe there's a variation, and during different hours it has different temperatures. But let's say take the minimum. The minimum Kelvin is 2,000. In Fahrenheit, it's 3,140 Fahrenheit. And alloy, which is what she said the ship was made out of, can withstand up to 7,232 Fahrenheit. So right now you just debunked yourself, right? Because alloy can withstand that heat.
The Zionists have destroyed the black woman.
Hologram touching the camera.
The Zionist has destroyed, demolished. Oh, look at Thor is here. The traveling class is in the chat. I would like for the Nigerian prince to prove to us he's real by disconnecting his hologram and touching the camera. I bet you. You want me to touch the camera? I just did it. I even moved it. You see? That's proof. And here is a black man destroying the argument of the Zionist. Woo!
Yeah, Lily, I agree. I think Googling 3 stuff exactly, one of them being a conversion page from Fahrenheit to Kelvins, that's a lot for the people who follow Candace Owens and think she's.
Yeah.
You know what drives me
Yeah,
crazy is that
yeah.
I don't disagree with everything she says. I think that regarding some American politics and some of her views within like American society or within
Uh-huh.
her own community, like the African American community in America, I don't disagree with her views. Like she has
Mhm.
some valid points. It's when she tries to make points outside of that realm that she loses it completely, that she starts to sound like a psycho.
Yeah, it's when she talks about things that she
Why?
knows less to nothing about. Like,
Exactly.
stay in
Like
your
I had
lane.
to do three Google windows. That's all I needed to do to debunk what you just said. Like you debunked yourself. You told me to research something. I did the minimal effort research and I found it, right? So it just
Yeah,
to me just says like, do you not research the thing that you're saying? Do you get them from another source and then you just spew them out, or do you just like make assumptions regarding taking like partial information? I am by no means a NASA scientist. As I said, I only take like the basic information that she gave me and I googled it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I also said, like, if I'm looking, it says from this number to this number, I don't know to tell you between these numbers what's the difference. How can it vary in temperature, right? I don't know if
Mhm.
it's a seasonal thing, it's an hour thing, if it's a point of connection thing. But again, I'm not a NASA scientist. Now, am I saying I have 100% faith and proof that somebody did land on the moon? I cannot be sure about it, right?
Yeah.
We either decide to believe or not believe in something that is giving for us information. From that day on, for sure, a lot of us did go onto the moon and in general in space. We have satellites. We've had a lot of things. We've seen it happen, right? I think that nowadays it's easier
Mhm.
to prove than it was back then. But at the same time, even if it
Mhm.
was, so what does it change? How does it affect
Yeah,
anything?
another thing is Candice Owens is one thing I appreciate about Candice Owens is the level of research that this lady is involved in. Like Candice Owens has become an expert in so many things, and I'm amazed. I mean, I'm amazed. I have to give this woman her flowers. She's an expert in Jewish history, an expert in Frankist, an expert in Frankism, in Kabbalism, in Sabbatean or whatever it is called. He's an expert in Judaism. She has read the Torah, the Talmud. She also why she's doing that, she also finds the time to research flat earth theory and can understand flat earth theory and why the earth is flat and why it is not. I mean, it's not just, you should not just conclude that the earth is round. Why she's doing that, right? She also have the time to research vaccines and why vaccines are bad and why they're just chemicals that you shouldn't inject into your body and why you shouldn't follow scientists in regards to that, and why she doesn't vaccinate her children. They don't even have polio vaccine. They don't have measles vaccine. No vaccine whatsoever, because she believes that vaccines are bad. And why she's doing that, she also has time to prove that the moon landing is fake. I mean, come on. Talk about the jack of all trade. This lady is incredible. You have to commend her. This is the level of genius I've not seen in my entire life. How to be consistently wrong on everything you talk about. On almost everything you talk about. Almost everything you talk about. That is a skill that not so many people have. You have to give this lady credit where credit is due.
That's what
You want
but
to say?
I honestly feel like she just goes on these rabbit holes. I don't know if it's like on TikTok or um what is it, Reddit, or any one of these weird places when you get like random people giving you random information that's rarely true. But I think that when people have these kind of platforms, there should be some responsibility that comes with it. And not only that, I think these people should be prosecuted. Like if you find like misinformation on a high level, I'm not even joking. Like if you
I think
manage
it's
to
funny though.
like yeah, I think like you're creating harm, you're risking other people. I don't care about the moon, right? It doesn't bother anyone. But when the things that you are saying are harming the population, that's when you should be called out on it. And if you're in the way you're talking is getting a rabbi stabbed outside of her home in New York or a synagogue in Canada burned or whatever, then you should be held accountable. The things you spew out of your mouth without thinking of the consequences. There are consequences when you come with this kind of influence and platform. You can't just say whatever it is that you want. Yeah, I don't care about the moon. And influencer?
Social media
I'm
influencer. That's what you are. You are an influencer.
I'm changing my title.
Also, one other thing that I wanted to point out is that you're saying something that you just used Google, and from the information you got from Google, you were able to debunk whatever it is that Candace Owens was saying. But there's something you did not put into account: the fact that Google was started by Jews. Okay, so Google is a Jewish company owned by Jews, started by Jews, run by Jews, and it's not a credible source of information. So. And so is a library, by the way. You can't get credible information from Google. You can't get credible information from libraries. I want to give you an instance of Candace Owens explaining this. You know, I think she does a better job explaining this than I do. Do I have that video? Well, there's this video of her talking with Tristan Tate, who is currently now facing fresh charge of trafficking and having sex with minors. And they were like, this information you can't get it from Google. The real ones, the real G's, the real epitome of masculinity. So they were like, you can't get this from the library, and you can also get it from the internet because it's also not there. It's hidden. Where you get it is from.
I like it. Alexis,
where you get it.
This is my next title. Wait.
Yeah, which one is
the screeching
Lola
Israeli.
Yeah, he's now in jail and he's angry about it. You need to see. Let's even watch one of that. I think I have one of those clips of Andrew Tate being angry about the fact that he's in jail. Where's that? I don't think I have the clip, but I have to download it though. Well. Did I? Looks like I closed my. Why will I do that? I'm trying to bring a clip of Tate being. What is that?
No, I agreed with Michael. He said the blood libel cost too many programs. He's right.
Yeah, but here's my will I call it a pushback to what you were saying about people like Candace Owens being prosecuted. You probably already know my view on that. I don't believe that people's speech should be restricted. I mean, like people should be allowed to say whatever they have.
People's speech should be restricted. It's not about restriction. You can say whatever you want. Make it factual. Like you cannot say you can say, I don't know, I think that yellow is an ugly color. That's your prerogative, right? You can say, I personally dislike this person because why? That's your prerogative. You can say whatever you want. You can't demonize an entire population based on your opinion and present it as a fact. That's what I'm saying. That if you call it restricting your speech, then there's something wrong about you because you're admittingly saying, I want to be able to lie to people and not be called out on it and not handle the repercussions and the consequences of my own words. And because my words have repercussions, my words, like we can go biblical about it, but words do have strength. They have power to them. They have repercussions to them. And
Yeah,
so
I agree with
if
you.
there's consequences to the words that you're saying, where does your freedom of speech end and my freedom of security starts? Because if I'm making
That
hate
is
speeches
when it comes
about
to
Black people, is that okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I be
yeah,
inviting other people to go and, I don't know, make blood libels about African Americans and encourage them to go and hurt African Americans unintentionally, and then someone goes into an African American neighborhood and slaughters a bunch of people or burns their homes or whatever it is that they do? Is that okay? Like, do we accept it? Do we persecute the person that tells you that it's okay to do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't
yeah,
think I
I
don't view it
understand
as
there is
restriction.
always I believe that there's always going to be, when it comes to the freedom of expression, like conversation, there's always going to be a need for society, or a constant worry, concern in society, to balance freedom of expression with the right of people to be safe. Okay. Now, my problem with like some of the things you said, which are like well-meaning, I understand where it is coming from, and the fact that why you are saying this thing is that you recognize the need for certain groups or people in general to be protected, and how lies, right, can breed hatred, and how lies can lead to people, innocent people, getting targeted and getting killed and getting attacked and stuff, right? So I understand that, right? But here's the thing: the truth can also do the same thing to people. Think about it. If I say that uh, Andrew Tate, or people like Andrew Tate, people who belong to the manosphere and who or Muslims in general, let's say Muslims. If I say Muslims are people who that their book, their religion is okay with pedophilia, their prophet is a pedophile, and that the Muslim world is okay with pedophilia, and pedophilia is something you find among certain Muslim groups like those in Pakistan, right? Now, if I say this, if I go around a place like Texas and I'm saying this about Muslims and I'm saying this about Pakistani Muslims, right? Which is a true statement, by the way, which is fact, there's evidence to back it up. It is 100% true. Now, if I'm saying it in a place like Texas, for example, that you have rednecks who cannot stand things like pedophilia, like they are really like put off by it. They want to like grind you in a meat grinder or even a wood chipper or something. They don't stand for that, right? Now, you know how, and then in Texas, or that area in Texas, you have like a small Pakistani population, Pakistani Muslim population, right? Now, how do you think the native Texans will see the Pakistanis in that area? They will look at them suspiciously. You might even have somebody go out there and try to harass them, even though the Pakistani population does not Muslim population in Texas does not represent the entire, or because they're in Pakistan,
Of
will
course.
not even dare to engage in acts of pedophilia.
Look,
But we know that
just because the truth might cause an issue for some people doesn't mean it's okay to spread lies.
Yeah, look, I
It
agree.
doesn't say. And if we as a society decide that some truths are unacceptable in our society, we need to make sure that those truths cannot continue. So if we as a society, for example, all agree that pedophilia is wrong, we cannot encourage and let live communities and societies that are sanctifying pedophilia, basically. Okay, so like for me, that's also part of the thing that drives me crazy. It's like when people say, well, it's their culture, we should respect it. No, I will not respect a culture that's pedophilic. I will not respect a culture that butchers women. I will not respect a culture that kills gays. Even if I'm not in agreement with every single one of these things, right? As a believer, I don't see, for example, I can go and speak about gays, and I will still be an ally because I still believe in the fact, even if God disagrees with it, I still believe that all humans should be let to live a protected life. Doesn't matter what the Bible says about it, or I'm not gonna stone anyone, I'm not gonna kill anyone. For me, it's them that we're gonna have to deal with God. It's between them and God. It's not between me and them. Okay, so I will support humans for being humans no matter their sexual orientation, whether the Bible agrees with it or not. It's God's law, and God will take his laws and his punishment or whatever it is and his judgment on these people, not me. Okay, so if we decide as a society that we say all of us collectively or the majority of us are not okay with certain behaviors, we should not make these truths, we should make sure that these truths cannot continue existing in the same world as we do, and that we denounce them and we're not okay with them. Does that mean that because we're not okay with them, we get to take the law to our own hands and kill people or harm people? Absolutely not. But you cannot not speak the truth because it might hurt someone. But you definitely shouldn't lie because it will definitely hurt someone. Like, it's not synonymous.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. What I was coming to is, the thing about the truth is also, people always ask the question. I'm just giving you free speech debate, some of which I agree with. Is that who determines what is true, right? Who determines what is true? Of course, we know what truth is, but like truth is things that are factually accurate, things that we can verify, things that we have proof of, things that we have evidence of. That is what is true, right? But we have also seen in society where there are like things that are false that people have hold to be true, right? Like Islam is a religion of peace. In certain societies, is a self-evident truth that you don't even have to question, and you questioning it will be you being Islamophobic. So to prevent society getting to the part where we hold lies as truth, then we have to, there is an argument for free speech. We have to have a place where people are allowed to say what they want to say, and also free speech, the right for people to freely
Say what you
express themselves
say.
includes.
I'm not saying
No,
don't say anything, but
I'm coming. It's just one more thing about free speech for many people. I'm not saying I agree with all of this, even though I do, but I'm not saying I agree with. I'm just giving you the argument, right? One of the arguments is people have the right to be wrong. That you, I don't think you disagree with, because how do we know that an idea is bad if it is not expressed?
it's not even about being expressed or not being expressed. I'm not against freedom of speech, but freedom of speech does not equal freedom of consequence. Okay? Say what you want to say. I don't care. Say whatever you want to say. You want to go and spread blood libels about anyone, you want to demonize any population, do it. I'm not limiting your speech, but I am saying your speech will have consequences. Freedom of speech does not equal freedom of consequences. Okay, if you are going to talk against your boss, for example, you're going to make a post ranting online against your boss, and then you'll be fired for it. You can't cry for being fired for it. You're just saying, well, I have freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. Yes, and your boss can fire you for it.
True.
It's as
True.
simple
I
as
agree with
that.
you. I agree with you there.
Say whatever you want. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I should restrict you. Get whatever platform, say whatever you want, but I should be able to sue you for it. You should be paying for the lies that you're spreading because you're saying things that are effectively harming my safety.
Okay.
So you want to continue, say them. At least I'm gonna swim in money for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Know that your actions have consequences.
Yeah. Although I agree with you that actually, like, speech should have consequences. I really believe, even though I'm somebody who believes that people should have the right to freely express themselves, I also believe that there should be some level of consequence to it, because it will make people careful. And we now live in a society where people don't really as much as people complain, oh, I said something and then I lose my Twitter account, or I said something and then they kick me out of YouTube, or I said something and there are some repercussion, but in a sense there are also in some instance not enough repercussion. Like people are not really facing, and people these days can even tweet anonymously, own anonymous accounts, own multiple anonymous accounts. People now can hide behind an anonymity to speak. And also, when somebody has a big platform, this is another thing that I agree with you on. When you have a big platform, you should be responsible, right? Like Jordan Peterson will say, that with every right there is a responsibility, and when it comes to the free speech right, there is a responsibility, and that responsibility is strive for the truth. Don't say something don't be careless. Okay, don't be careless with what you say. Don't say things that you cannot verify. Don't say things that you cannot defend. Don't say things that it's better to ask the question than to state it as a fact. At least if you ask the question, we will accuse you of the highest anybody will accuse you of being is curious. You understand? And fair, and also when it comes to the free speech conversation, of course there are things that people have said that are wrong, right? But there are people who have said things that I know are wrong, but I know they don't mean evil. They were just mistaken. And those people, when you correct them, you can see them realize, okay, yeah, what I said was kind of wrong. You know, that's the problem with the balance of balancing free speech with safety, and also not prosecuting people too much for just being innocently wrong is a problem. It's really a problem for society to balance. And I really
listen. No lawsuit starts with immediately going to court and trial. Every lawsuit and everything that you do starts with my lawyer approaching you and telling you this was wrong, correct it. So if you're willing to make a retraction, delete your tweet and say, I was wrong, I've been stand corrected because this, and that, we're good, right?
How would it work? Like, how would it work for somebody like Candace? Like, how would the law work for somebody like Candace to prevent her from saying some of the things she's saying? Like, if you want to sue her, how would the law look like?
I guess you need to look separately at the things that she says. You need to bring proof that, like, true, the fact that the information that she's spreading is false.
Okay.
And on the other part, also proving that that information can potentially cause harm, especially if you look at this and you say, okay, Candace owns up, and anti-Semitism has risen 400% since this, and that. You have a plausible cause for slander, for example.
Okay, so okay, so yeah, it looks like a law that can fly. Okay, another thing is, if I want to couch out such a law, it will be like this. Let's say call it community protection law. Okay, and it's not going to be I don't want it to be criminal. I want it to be civil, where someone can be sued, a member of a particular of an affected of a members or group, whatever, how many of them of a community can take somebody to court and sue them for defaming the community. What needs to be proved? The element of this dispute will be: one, you have to prove that what the person is saying is false. Two, you have to prove that this person is saying it maliciously, because that's another thing I feel this offense should contain. You have to prove malice. Okay, I would say the way to prove malice would be if you can show that this person has been presented with evidence that show that they are wrong, and they are persistent in saying the wrong thing, right? That is second. So you have to prove malice, and I'll be like, if that is sufficient enough to prove malice, you have been presented with the truth, you continue lying. You've been presented with the truth over and over again. You've been called out, but you persist in your lies. If you do that, then you are malicious. Okay. Then the third element is that you have to prove harm. And for me, I would say the harm can include emotional harm, because the problem with physical harm is how exactly can you prove that somebody's statement is a direct, like what that person said has directly caused this. I don't know if you understand. Like, let's say there's a rise in anti-Semitic attack. How can you prove that Candace Owens' statement have directly led to that? But you can prove emotional distress. You can be like, oh, you call a psychologist. I'd be like, look, since I started hearing from this person, this is the emotional distress I've suffered. This is the emotional distress that this community has suffered from hearing this person. Also,
in this case, I think it's different though, because it's like it's not a personal like slander. It's like general, I guess, because we're talking community here. You should have like past cases to rely on. Like this is what they usually do. Like you look for similar ruling and you rely on them, and then at the same time, once if you can debunk and like show that the information that she's spreading is untrue, and then you just need to go to her comment section and use the comments of the people in her comment section that say, oh, she's right, Jews are a problem, Hitler was right. Is this not enough? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's enough to show, okay, look, black on white, there is something to be talked about here.
Yeah, if I'm her lawyer, I'll be like, my lord, anybody can make a comment. It might even be the prosecutor here who went and hired people to make that comment to create this, lawsuit. That's the thing about comments, right? You can't really.
Yeah, one comment, not a million or 20,000 or.
Well, fair
that's
enough.
What I'm saying.
I think another thing that can make you make that person pay damage is if the third element would be, instead of proving harm, you can prove financial gain, like a reverse kind of lawsuit where if this person has benefited financially from spreading these lies, they will have to give up that financial benefit to the community that they've harmed. That would be perfect. I will agree with that law 100%, because I believe that what is driving so many of this nonsense is money. It's not quest for the truth. It's not quest for it's none of that. Is I want to sell mugs. I want to sell, what is that thing that Candice Owens is selling? I want to sell t-shirts. I want to sell subscription. I want to sell membership. And I also want to get monetization money. That is what is driving all of this. Okay. Engagement, converting attention into currency is what is driving all of this essentially. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And we've done a little philosophizing. Now let's move back to reacting. Okay? Can we react to something?
Let's do the.
Let's do the react. By the way, please.
I'm sorry.
Let's hit that like button again so that the people that are viewing this can increase. Destroy the like button. Smash it. Okay? Steal the like button for defamation right now. Steal that like button with your thumb. Come on. Do it. All right. Let's listen to another. Let's listen to another candidate because
they had an election.
That's where we get the best stuff.
And their incumbent president. They had an election, and their incumbent president, Nicolas Maduro. We all know who Nicolas Maduro is. And my suspicion is he's actually about to be killed. And I'll tell you why they're calling it electoral scam. First among them, Milei in Argentina.
Yeah, before she goes to her Milei nonsense. This is the problem with people like Candice Owens, right? It's also the problem that I have with that guy who was waving the flag of Lebanon, or Lesbanon, like I call it. Lesbanon. People who are waving those flags and people who are like Candice Owens. You are pro-American, right? You are America first. You believe that this country, you love your country. You say you are a patriot of your country, right? You want your country to be strong. You want your country to be vibrant. You want your country to be great. And not just great in itself, just great in the world, right?
Yeah.
And then you do so many things that undermine the greatness of your country at the same time. Like support a communist regime and become the mouthpiece for them. In a sense. Now she's going to further go on to say in the video that she's not a fan of Maduro. She's not trying to, that's another thing that people like Candice Owens will do. Okay, they will literally support an individual and then end it by saying, I am not supporting him. And her stupid fans will say, but she said she's not supporting him. I'm like, it's like I killed somebody and then said, I am not killing them. No, you just did it. You just advocate. You just acted as this person's advocate, and then after doing that you say I am not an advocate. No, you are that is exactly what you are. Though you cannot do it and then have an out by saying I actually do not support them. No, Your deeds, the way you talk about them, is showing support. If you are going to take Maduro, who is scared for whatever reason about what may happen in his country, and the fact that there is unrest in his country, and he's trying to crack down on the arrest, try to crack down on dissent. This guy is currently arresting and imprisoning his political opponents. That is the person you are going to listen to. That is the person you are going to say, oh, he might get assassinated because I feel like the CIA is going to go in there and assassinate him. And where you are getting this information from is from Maduro himself saying it. That is the person you are going to listen to. That is the person. Let's say you hate American government. Let's even say you hate American government for the reason that you feel the American government is immoral. Okay, you hate American government because they are immoral, and then who you go for is Maduro. Maduro is the epitome of morality. Like put immorality on a scale. You think Maduro is going to be high on that, as it's going to be like this is your morality scale. Let's say governments who are moral. This is the scale. Where do you think the US government will be, and where do you think Maduro's government is going to be? This is somebody who advocates for communism, advocates for it. It is part of his policy. And you are anti-communist.
Yeah.
You've been for a very long time. And you're going to say, okay, the US government is bad, and I'm going to abandon this bad government. And in place, I'm going to advocate for something worse than the US government. And in your head, you think it makes sense. This is you being enlightened. This is proof now that you are no longer under the plantation of the mainstream media. You are no longer being a psychological. There's no longer any hold of psychological operation against you. Like you've broke the mold. You are not thinking outside the box. You are no longer controlled. You're no longer manipulated by your government. No, you just chose not to believe your government, and you've chosen. If I will respect it if someone like Candice Owens is to say, okay, when it comes to what is happening in Cuba, or not Cuba, in Venezuela, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to trust. I don't even know what is true and what is not. And for that reason, I will choose not to say anything about this, because that's what you do when you don't know who to trust. Americans, listen to me. When you don't know who to trust in a particular situation, you keep quiet. Not you pick the most unreliable person. You pick somebody who is the most unreliable, and then you say that is the person I'm going to listen to, and this is proof that I'm enlightened. You don't do that. I don't know if there's something you want to say, or if the rant has covered for both of us.
She is frantic. I really don't. The way she compiles her arguments makes zero sense to me. Like all her rant also about like Melee after that one is just like a situation in which you're like, what does one thing you were just saying has to do with the other? And what? Like, and also, what's your sudden obsession with Melee? Like, what did he do to you? Support Israel? That's what's bothering you right now? Like that's your biggest issue with all that's going in American politics and your own personal life and everything. Melee, supporting Israel, that's your issue in life? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's her issue with Melee right now. Like, she has a problem with Melee. Anyway, we are going to get to that part. You've already got ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Somebody say, fun fact, Maduro rather is the first man to have an assassination attempt made on him with a private drone. Okay.
Interesting.
That's all I can say. Now let us listen to more things she has to say. Because Candice always have more things to say.
You why they're calling it electoral scam. First among them, Milei in Argentina. Now, I want to be very clear. I don't trust anything that crawls out of Argentina with blue eyes. There's a reason for that.
Because you are racist. Like, I don't know. That is the reason, because you are a racist, Candice. This is racism. Candice Owens, this is textbook what KKK level of racism. Okay, that's what this is what it is. Candice, imagine I say, or a white person say, I don't trust anything that come out of the mouth of a person with black skin. Imagine that somebody, a white person, says that. You just did, Candice. You just did.
Anything that crawls out of Argentina with blue eyes. There's a reason for that. And that reason is because after World War II, a lot of Argentinians suddenly had blue eyes.
Look at that.
And so,
people in Argentina who most of please just explain the ancestry of people from Argentina so that those who are not conversant can keep up with how people to be. Go ahead.
No, she doesn't trust anything that crawls out of Argentina. Crawls out of like the level of the subtle, yeah, like it's like subtle. It's saying it subtly, but the fact that you say that crawls out of Argentina, that's just like showing your true colors right there. Because you're not even viewing him as a human. You're referring to him as something that crawls, like an insect or like a snake or a serpent or anything of that kind. But hey, not racist at all. Like completely okay. Not like she was just like missing saying like white devil and would be good. Because like, you know, genetical mutations don't happen at all, you know, in Nigeria, for example. Right?
In Nigeria, we have people with blue eyes. But they are not like, it's rare, it's very rare, but there are people with blue eyes.
No. What's that called tribe?
Let me get the
I'm telling you right now. They have a name. The Melanesian people. They're a native population that have the TYPRY gene, which is a mutation that developed within their tribe that causes them to have blonde hair and blue eyes. Genetical mutations happen. Like, I have people in my family that are extra brown with blue or green eyes all of a sudden. We don't have it in our genetics. So what? We're Nazis? Like that's the immediate thought we're going through. Like, my family spent her diasporic experience in Yemen and they came back with blue or green eyes, so we must be Nazis. That's the concept. Like that's the immediate. Also, Hitler, by the way, super blue eyes, blonde hair. Like all Nazis had blue eyes and blonde hair, by the way. Especially Hitler.
That's what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that Mile is a Nazi. That's what she's trying to say.
It's a Nazi. Also, that Nazism is genetically inherent, probably.
Yeah, you inherit.
Of course, if you're some.
It's a genetic trait. Being a Nazi is a genetic trait. Yeah, you are. Exactly. There's the funny thing. Another funny thing we saw, like Candice always. All right. So she would go on a rampage, just defending Germany, defending the Nazis, undermining the atrocities of the Holocaust. She's going to do all of that. And then when it comes to criticizing Mile because he's a huge supporter of Israel, and he has a Jewish grandparent. One of his grandparents is Jewish, or was Jewish. I don't know if he's still alive. Was Jewish. Because of that, she's going to like demonize him because she doesn't trust him. Right? She's going to do that. And in order to do that, now she's against Nazis. Now she's like, let's look into the ancestry of Mile. Let's be sure. Are you sure he's not one of those Nazis that escaped from Germany to Argentina? I'm like, okay, so which one is it, Candice? Are you against Nazis or are you in support of what is happening here? And if Mile is a Nazi, then he supports Israel. Oh, now it makes sense because Jews are the real Nazis.
Michaela said, it's true Nazis came here. We have an Argentinian in chat.
Okay.
It's true, but that doesn't mean we're all Nazis. And those Nazis went to the US too. We also have Jews, Irish, Welsh, Italian, Spanish, German. And the most common is not the most common in Argentina. Yeah, definitely. German is not the most common thing in Argentina. Spanish.
You don't understand. You don't understand Candice Owens' logic. So, Mikhail, you don't understand. Let me explain her logic. According to Candice Owens, okay, the founder of Israel is a Frankist because he came from a region that had Frankist. Okay? Ataturk was a Jew because he came from a region that had Jews. Okay? That is her logic. By the same logic, Mille, because
what a stupid ass. I can't with her stupid ass. Like I swear, like nothing she says at this point out of these rants that she's making lately make any sense. Yeah, exactly.
And
look at that white colonizer. She's probably
look at, she has
Nazi.
blue eyes. She has blue eyes, guys. She and her children have blue eyes. That she's a Muslim woman. You can see that one of her child is wearing a hijab and the other is not. It's kind of how Muslims roll sometimes. You look at one of her. Look at her blue eyes. Look at the blue eyes. You can see. So this is a Nazi. You can't trust anything that comes out of the mouth of this girl. She has blue eyes. And only God knows where the Nazis ran to. We can't really tell where exactly did they run to. You can see she took after her mother's eyes. The story about this woman is that her husband actually abandoned her because her children had blue eyes. So Candice Owens will really like that man.
That's how science works for blue eyes. So you have parents, right? And your parents, you can see it very well. But I think I sent it to you. So you see, you have two parents with brown eyes, and one has a brown and blue gene, and the other one has a brown and blue gene, and then the children is born, and they get 4 genes, and it's brown, 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 blue, 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 brown, blue, whatever. Like, and then you can get either a child that has the 4 genes and doesn't have blue eyes, or the child that gets only 2 genes and they get the blue eyes.
Blue eyes.
Blue and brown, by the way, are like, you know that now they have like the laser surgery that if you want to change your eye color, they are basically zapping out the brown out of the blue and you can have blue eyes. It's irreversible.
Maybe I have some recessive.
Yeah.
Maybe I have some recessive blue eye gene. I'll go and check and see if I can change my eye color so I can fully manifest my real form as a Nazi.
Exactly.
You know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Zionist Israel supporting Nazi simp.
You can change. He said a neighbor of less. You can change your headline again to some to Jewish Nazi. You know, this is a perfect opportunity to use that headline.
I like my current.
All right,
let's
look at a neighbor of Lebanon. All right, let's look at some super chat. I think we've spent close to. We may not hit the 5 hours, okay, but we've done well enough. Okay, we've done up to 4, close to 4. We tried. Okay, clap for me, guys. I did what I have not done before. Thank you, King of Current, for becoming a member. Rabin R became a member. Thank you. Just gifted 5 Nigerian Perspective membership. Thank you so much. Without Jazz, Lola will not be a member. Gifted another Nigerian Perspective membership. When yours expire, don't wait for Jazz. Renew, okay? Renew.
I will consider it fondly.
Okay. You're putting it under consideration. All right. Yes, you're speaking like a member of the Nigerian police. This is how they talk. We'll put that under advisement. That's or under forgotten how they say it. Anyways, this is Jack saying thank you, Frank and Lola. Laughter is the best way to keep sane with this madness. Laughter filled with vibrant life. Yeah, mostly Lola's laughter. Mine can. I mean, Aiden said I thought Frank was a Nigerian prince. Yeah, I thought the same thing too until I changed to a Zionist simp. This is Tim Karadas saying we need to cancel Mohammed for his slavery. Well, he's already dead. I don't know how cancelled it can be.
I think that's extremely cancelled.
He has been extremely cancelled. He's cancelled. He's in the grave. You know, and I think God handled Muhammad. He predicted that if he was a false prophet, that God would cut his aorta. And when he died, That was what he said, that he feel like his aorta is being cut. So that's what we call divine justice or poetic justice, you know. And this is another proof that he is indeed a false prophet. And Amit Yanuka said, hey Frank, do you know Cam Gilby or Gilby? I don't know who that person is.
Cam Higby. No idea who Cam Higby is either.
Higby. I said Higby. I said Higby. Maybe who is correct? We will never know. Newsflash: white bird stock skyrocket. Okay, white bird. Oh, because of the. I understand this joke. It was what we were talking about. When we were talking about Afghanistan and the fact that the women in Afghanistan can no longer be allowed to speak, that their voice is seen as promoting vice, and that them not speaking will promote virtue. And she's saying, newsflash, white birds, because they will need it now. That's the only way women in Afghanistan will be able to communicate, by using white bird. So the stock has increased, has skyrocketed, because women in Afghanistan will need it. Anyways, this is from Tim again. He said, Lola, you look fantastic today.
Thank you.
People are not complimenting me for my looks. I'm not sure that's why people tune in. I don't tune in.
Frank, you should be Miss Nigeria next.
Yeah. I'll try. Can you guys say what? Uwe, this is not my language. I don't know why you're asking me to say this. This is not my language. You know what? I'm not going to say.
Let me read. Let me read.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Can you say?
Oye, yevwe, ogwe mwe, we osas.
No.
Ogwe mwe osas. That is not my language.
I cannot say that.
No,
can you guys say? No, I cannot say that. I can say, oh yeah, oh
yeah, we've already looked at this, and the last one is Anthony Waters becoming a member. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We tried. Okay. This is 3 hours and 45. We did our best. Okay, we are going for. They said reach for the sun, and you might land on the moon. And we tried to reach for the sun, and we landed on the moon. Okay, and this is proof that the moon
According
landing.
to Candace, we didn't land on the moon.
Yeah, this is proof that the moon landing is real. Okay, this is proof. We just landed on the moon. In your face, Candace, always in your face. All right, thank you so much. Any last words? Any last words, like we're about to kill you? Any final comments? Any final closing remark?
Fuck Hamas.
I thought we were trying to keep it. We're trying to keep it Christian. Well, here you are again.
They deserve it. They deserve
okay. It. Yeah, it's good to curse when it is deserved. I think that's Matthew 14 verse 45. Curse when it is deserved. Okay, that is what Jesus said. It exactly. Check. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I want to appreciate my moderators, Shana, Jax, Can You Not, and Sachin. I appreciate all of you. You guys have been remarkable.
Ever. Love you, girls.
Yeah, you guys. I mean the comment is always civil and funny and exciting, and I appreciate all of you. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Over, you guys were at one point close to 90, and I appreciate that 100%. And I also want to thank my beautiful guest, who doesn't like being called white, even though people in Nigeria will see her as such. I want to appreciate you. You've been remarkable. Hopefully, we'll have you again. Okay. Yeah, my off-white guest. I want to appreciate my off-white guest, and thank you all. And it pains my heart to say goodbye, but I have to. Now it's time to close the book. My camera is about to shut down. That is why I'm closing this live. So let me tell you guys the truth.
Thank you for having me, Frank.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, 100%. And thank you all. Bye. Peace.
Bye.
And love.